than that.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
You got it, Pride.
Oh, it's Pride? Oh, wow. Hey, yo, I woke up and y'all throw me into the fire. What it do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to yet another episode of ASAP in the Morning. Clearly, it's your boy Trey, joined by Bishop, Coach, Trey, and Greg. How are you fine, intelligent men doing today?
Hey, what's good, Pride? It's a good day.
It is.
Good, Pride.
It was not a good week in the NFL, bro. It was not a good
What's
week.
up? Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? WGO. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Let them know. So, first and foremost, let me see what we got here. So, then the NBA. Let me pull up those things because we only had 3 games. It kind of low key. I don't want to say it was a weekday, but low key was a weekday. You know what I mean? If we're gonna keep it a stat, you know what I mean?
Even still, though, Pride. Even though it was only 3 games, it was some good games. So,
well, hold on. On paper, if we're gonna keep it a stat,
put it like that. I agree with you.
Paper, because you know what I mean? We're going to talk about your beloved Brooklyn Nets. They getting double D mollywop for absolutely no reason against the Golden State Warriors. Yo, Coach was saying it. Bishop, it's been tough to be you the last few. You know what I mean?
Is that what Coach talking about? Okay, I forgot about. Okay. You
it's been tough,
Coach. So it's pick on. So coaches pick on Bishop Week. That's what it is right now.
That's what it look like. It happened. We got it happen.
I mean, look, maybe
someone got to be the underdog.
100%. Come on, bro. In the beginning, it was me. I'm just finally glad for like a week I can take a vacation and we can put it on somebody else. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's you, Bishop, but you got to take it. But in terms of
I'll take it and run with it, bro. I'll take it and run with it. I'm with it.
Yesterday, Warriors beat the Brooklyn Nets 117-99. The 76ers lost to the Jazz, getting pounded 122-85. And then the Clippers, we all knew, no one really cared, beat the Spurs 106-92. Bishop, your team, Brooklyn Nets, you know, I mean,
bro, I'm gonna say one word.
Go ahead.
Steph. Enough said. Mm-hmm. When you got a man like Steph Curry, man, when you have a man who can hit, his range starts when he enters the gym. When he enters the gym, he's even hit shots from the tunnel before. When range, when you have a gentleman who can hit a shot from the tunnel, bro, what can you do with that, bro? Like, I don't care who it is. It's nothing you can do with that, bro. I mean, mad shots out. I mean, I was hoping, you know, we could get the win against the Warriors. I knew it was going to be a good game between the Warriors and the Nets. But, man, 9 threes, 6 for 6 in the first half? Come on, man. And then the bad thing is, it's nothing. Like, they close out on him, and he still hits nothing but net. Like, what do you do with that, bro? Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, there's one time he hit a 3, it was so deep, it was 2 people on him, and he still hit the darn 3, man. Come on. I feel bad for Blake Griffin because he kept getting switched on him, and he made Blake Griffin look like he can't play no D. But it wasn't that. Blake had his arm up. It's just Steph Curry. When he gets unconscious, bro, there's no stopping that dude, man. There's no stopping that dude, bro. So, like I said, one word, Steph.
And it doesn't help when, you know, your best player in terms of the Nets, Kevin Durant, you know, he goes 6 for 19, 2 for 6 from 3. You know, that genuinely doesn't help. And then, you know, James Harden, you know, he's supposed to be that second guy. He goes 6 for 13, 2 for 6. You know what I mean? Granted, he went 10 for 11 from the free throw line, you know, so that kind of helped him get his 24. But when your 2 best players respectively have 24 and 19, when you know they can do more, it kind of puts you in this weird position where you need your other guys to step up. You know what I mean? Like, you need the Patty Mills, the Blake Griffins, the LaMarcus Aldridge, which at the end, a lot of them didn't even play much. LaMarcus Aldridge only had 9 minutes. Like their bench, the most someone off the bench had was Bembry, and he had 31 minutes. After that, it drops to 16. So,
But then, and see, this is where we everybody's been talking about. This where the Nets miss Kyrie. This is where the Nets miss Kyrie. This game probably would have been a total different game if Kyrie would have been in. And that's just my honest opinion. That's just me. That's just Bishop talking. Not saying they'd have won, but it might have been but they might have been a totally different game though. Because when like you said, when KD's not hitting like he's supposed to, and then you don't have Harden hitting like he's supposed to, somebody got to hit. You ain't gonna tell me all three is gonna be cold for the night, or it can't be. It's not gonna be hitting anything for you. So, you know what I'm saying,
Freddie? The difference is when we're talking to the Nets about Bishop, he's actually honest. You don't want to criticize the Lakers in any way, shape, or form, and you still want to scream that they're the best, even though they're not playing like it.
Say that, Pride.
No, I'm just throwing it out there.
Say that, Pride.
You know what I mean? Like
that's why I like you, Pride. This is why I like you, bro. I can feel with you, man.
When we make fun of it, that's why we don't bother Trey too much. Why? Because he's got a level.
You keep it real.
He's a fan.
You keep it real.
So sometimes he goes a little overboard. That's all fans. I'm gonna go overboard with the Celtics. You feel me? You catch me on the wrong day, I'll be screaming, "We gonna win the title this year." So if you catch me on the wrong day, I'm gonna say something crazy about my Celtics. But Trey has it level-headed. Freddie, they ain't nothing level about you, bro. Let's just call it what it is. Ain't nothing level about you. So don't try to pit yourself like a victim.
You know what? I'm gonna say this.
They double teamed Harden and Kevin Durant 25 times, man. That's why I say it makes a difference of whether or not Kyrie was in that game, because you can't double team all three of them. Like somebody's gonna be open. Somebody's gonna be open.
And then Clay ain't even got back yet. Man.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna say this. And the Warriors are the best team in the NBA. Right now, they're the best team in the NBA. Right now,
I've been saying that,
but they record says
but they're the best team in the NBA. So, I mean, we want to rave about like they ain't played nobody. They beat the Bulls convincingly.
Facts.
They beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers convincingly.
Facts.
They stomped Brooklyn convincingly.
But hold on, Dante. Hold on.
They laid the smackdown on Brooklyn. They just laid the smackdown on Brooklyn.
You just said beat the Lakers, beat the Bulls, but you had to add stomp, the word stomp.
I didn't want to mess with
you are the Huckleberry for this week. That's all it is. Don't worry. Coach D gonna probably get it next week when Portland start winning. And then we gonna
I'm gonna say at the end of the day.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's kind of funny, right? I say all the time, once you talk about the Lakers, it's like summoning Candyman, and our Candyman has arrived. It's that man, Fred.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Okay. Hey, Kyrie, I'm speaking for Kevin Durant. We need you to go and get vaccinated. We need you to head to Walmart. We need you to
PBS.
Hey, last night Steph Curry showed Kevin Durant said you made the wrong decision. You should have stayed here. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna get the shot and I'm gonna make the shot, and he clearly made the shots last night.
Hold on, but here's my question. Like in terms of saying that, don't you think that's a little unfair? Because obviously KD had a horrible night, right? Wouldn't it be a little more fair to say that if KD had a great night and Steph had a great night and then the Warriors won? Like, isn't that a little unfair since he kind of struggled? Or am I just being too much of a KD defender right now?
No, if KD was in his groove, because KD's been having a phenomenal year this year. He's had a phenomenal year this year. I believe if he was rolling and being sufficient, the Nets would have pulled their way out of there. But they really need James Harden to wake up and say, hey, where's this dude that was in Houston that could score with anybody? Is it because the rules that's throwing you off your game? Or what is it, James Harden? We have not, I'm just tired of the slander. Everybody want to slander my Lakers, but nobody want to slander this Brooklyn team. Nobody want to do that.
I understand.
Stop it, Freddie. You won't do
I understand it's easy. And, hey, we hear Stephen A. Smith going on there sounding like a coon on First Take off of 12 games.
Wow.
12 games. He sounded just like a coon. I mean, let's be honest.
What? Wow, Freddie.
Am I lying? 12 games?
I mean, I get put on the spot like that now.
For him to say that LeBron James will never win another championship, this Lakers team is done already?
Don't do that, Freddie.
To your point about that, you got to remember, with LeBron James, it's always that cycle. Something happens at the beginning of the year. He's not that guy anymore. It is what it is. Then it gets to the middle when he starts playing great, and all of a sudden he's in the MVP conversation. Then towards the end, it's either championship or bust for him. Then come the playoffs, and then it's like a vicious cycle with LeBron. So I don't think it's just him being cool. I think it's just a whole LeBron thing where, like, that's how it's been for, like, the past few years.
Yeah, but that's like that with the Lakers, too. It's all, the media loves when the Lakers are struggling with turmoil's going on.
Especially
in
when
that
the transitions are high for y'all.
So, but I just want the same expectations that it is going for the Lakers, for the Nets. This Nets team should not have lost that game last night. Y'all say the same thing about my Lakers. Keep that same doggone damn energy.
No, against the Warriors.
Hold on, y'all lost to Oklahoma City Thunder, bro.
Y'all want to make it seem like this,
Warriors, bro.
I'm tired of these people.
We lost to a legitimate team, Freddie. That's two different things.
So how far you think the Warriors going to go?
Let's not act like the Oklahoma City Thunder is not a team in the National Basketball Association. I'm just saying. It's expected. It is expected to win or lose. That's all I'm saying. No one has to win. Someone has to lose. We lost. I got
one last question. I'm gonna leave.
Let me say one thing, Freddie. I don't. Trey, when you say that, you're just making excuses for your team loss.
No, I'm talking about across the spectrum.
No. And I'm
you lost. You ain't just lose. You lost twice, though. You blew 2 20-point leads.
Right.
So 2 20-point leads. That ain't just
exactly. Y'all blew it. And on top of that, if this same Brooklyn Nets team, I think a few games ago they played the Magic. If they lost to the Magic, me and Coach, I know that for a fact. We're coming hard for them.
Oh yeah, that goes for anybody.
The only reason we're being nice is because Bishop is accepting it and saying, you know what, we lost, no excuses. This is why we lost.
Have they beat a 500 team?
Like I said,
Brooklyn Nets.
No, actually, the Brooklyn Nets just beat somebody the other day. A pretty good win the other night. But like I said, I'm not making an excuse for the Lakers in any way, form, or fashion. But I'm just saying, it's not like they're playing against the ASAP All Stars or anything like that. They playing against
ASAP All Stars.
They're playing against They're playing against another NBA team, so it's expected that they're going to win, they're going to lose. I know we can't win it all. It's just that's what it is. But let's not act like there's not a possibility for them to win. We would have liked to have kept those 20-point leads to continue to have won both games, which would put us in a better standing right now. But we didn't. So I'm not going to sit up and diminish the fact that OKC is I ain't gonna say a good team, isn't another NBA team. It's just they on the downside right now, and we ran into
only beating 2 500 teams, 2 teams that's over 500, only 2. But we want to blast the Lakers for their slow start.
See, but that's what happens, Freddie. That's what it is. That's what comes.
That's the difference. Y'all not even competitive against bad teams. Y'all not even competitive against bad teams. That's a whole other thing. Y'all not even competitive against bad teams.
They pray for our downfall. That's all it is.
That's all it is, bro. That's all it is.
Because we just expect better from this team.
This is an all-star team y'all got.
Just like Brooklyn. Brooklyn was doing the same thing. I'll be hot on their ass too. Yes, I would. I swear to God. Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Just like I said, I don't
give
a damn about watching 1 and 13. We lose at the same damn mistakes every single time. Go ahead, my bad, Freddie.
Trayvon, last night I went to sleep. I prayed to the good Lord to wake me up with good peace of mind, where I can wake up to see this beautiful day. I woke up to my group chat. I said, it's beaming. I'm not going to say the name, but a person going in there blasting LeBron. I say, see, this is what y'all love to do. Y'all love to hate on LeBron. Y'all love to hate on the Lakers. This is what y'all do. This is what y'all do.
did. They lost.
Hey, look at Jonathan Facebook. Look at Jonathan Facebook. He blasted the Lakers. He came out and blasted the Lakers.
Jonathan got around with pride. He got around a couple people that kind of turned his mind around, bro.
Time out.
Yeah, they got blasted by the Timberwolves.
When did we hate on LeBron? That's what I want to know.
Look this morning in the group chat. Look at this morning in the main group chat.
I must have missed the group chat then. I'm
not gonna lie, I missed it. But hold on. If I'm understanding this correctly, Freddie, you are defending LeBron James, who you labeled as a quitter, and you literally said you would, and this is a direct quote, I will never in my life defend a quitter. Then when asked, are you talking about the act? No, you said a person who quit a quitter, you will never defend him. Now you're defending that man born and raised to one Gloria James in Akron, Ohio on December 30th. Freddie, you're confusing me here. Now, is he not a quitter anymore?
Right.
Get him, Brian. Get him, Brian.
I'm just confused.
Get him, Brian.
Hey,
let me explain.
Brian got the quotes. He got the
everything.
Let me explain. Can I explain myself?
Please explain, Freddie. Please, I'm confused.
LeBron James has quit twice since he's been in LA.
Okay.
The last year in the playoffs.
Okay.
And then when he played against the Suns this year, I called him out. I'm not that Laker fan that don't call their players out. I called them out.
Okay.
But as long as he's rocking that purple and gold, I will always support LeBron and I always will defend him because he will be representing crypto.com's arena. I'm trying to learn the new name because
by the way, it's an ugly name. I don't
y'all seen that crap.
Shout out to naming rights.
Yeah, but I will say this: Genie Bus get that bag, shit.
Hey,
Hey, I'm gonna say this on air. Crypto.com. If you want to come by on ASAP, we'll change the name. We'll be like this. Good morning. This is the Crypto.com. Hey, you get
money, baby.
Hey, but you see what V said? Westbrook just not it for the Lakers. Up. Yeah, you see it.
Shout out to my favorite Swavy. Shout out to her. That's her.
This is the one. This is the one. No one in the bus. I ain't defending him. Say that, yo. Do me a favor, fam. I want you to just copy and paste it, but put it in all caps so Freddie could read it as far away from his computer as he possibly.
I didn't throw him under the bus. I stated facts. What did I lie?
Did you say you would never defend him?
Yes. See, hold on. You see, when he goes, I said, and lean back like that. Hey, yo, he gonna start switching it up. He gonna do what they call in the music industry a remix. He gonna remix it so that way he look a little better. Nah, Freddie, we got you right here. We caught you live and in person.
That ain't the only time LeBron James quit. He quit in Cleveland too. That game 6 against Boston. Yeah. That ain't the only time he quit. That ain't the only time he quit.
I just hate to be this person. Can you take the comment off the screen? Who he really is.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Did he just remind him who he is?
Right.
Hold on.
He just did that.
No, it's okay. Ready? See, he says that because he thinks he's got me. He thinks he put me in this hole. You ready to hear the funny part?
I haven't had to do that in a while.
Hold on, Freddie. Yo, Bishop, Coach, Greg, and Trey. You ask me that question today, you get the same answer. If you ask Freddie that question, you'll get a different answer. In 2 days, he'll give you 4 different answers.
I swear to God, boy, we wish we get it so like that the whole time.
I said what I said, and I did. Like I always say, you ask me that question 10 times, answer 11 times.
So, for all our viewers out there, you want to jump at me, you need to question this man. This man is saying Kobe Bean Bryant is overrated.
Now, Freddie, do me a favor, put context.
You don't have no context.
There's no context.
All I know is you have this right here.
What did you say?
I said Kobe Bean Bryant has been overrated ever since he passed away.
Now, I'd say they could lose about 4, but I don't see them losing 5. You know what I mean?
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Context.
So there's no context.
Wow. Wow, Freddie is on one today.
I wonder what Jonathan Walker.
Freddie is on one today.
See, he's not
time today, huh?
Freddie is on one today. He got time today. Say it again, Trey.
Thank you, Mike.
He got time today.
That's what I'm saying. Mike was there when I said it. Like
Mike, stop it. Mike, stop it. No, he didn't have no.
Mike is blowing up the spot, ain't he? Mike is exposing people.
No,
how can you have a context when you say Kobe Bean Bryant is overrated? How?
Yes, I did. And 100%, I said what I said, and I meant it. Again, you
didn't mean it. You just one of you. That's all.
And like I said, Kobe B. Bryant is has been ever since he passed away is the most overrated player in the history of the NBA. I said it again. Bishop, don't tell me what to do. Just for that, I'll spite you. Listen, y'all can shake your head and y'all look.
Oh my god, bro!
I said what I said, and I meant it. Y'all can get mad. Y'all get mad.
Wow. Oh my goodness, bro.
I mean, y'all can say,
"Don't show this cover."
Okay. I mean, he's not the most overrated player, but okay.
Ever since he passed away, 110%.
So
ever since he passed away, 110%.
Go ahead, keep it moving, Pride. I think we're going to have to have a show dedicated specifically to that, where everyone gets content.
I was talking to Elena about it, and like I said, and this is what I'm saying. And Anthony, if they come at me, it doesn't matter. It don't matter.
Tell them you want the smoke, Pride. Tell them to bring all the smoke.
You know what? You ready to the funny part? They can bring all the smoke. Guess what? I got thermals, baby. I'm living my best.
That's what I'm talking about.
He got thermals.
What you talking about, bro?
Matter of fact, tell them you want that. Tell you want that white phosphorus. That's what you want. You want it all,
bro. I'm gonna tell you this shit right now. Drop that white phosphorus, gas mask on like I'm in college. I'm chilling, bro.
Coming through the smoke. Let them know, Pride.
I'm gonna say one thing. When we do have this conversation, when we do have a topic, and y'all ask me about this,
I want to be on.
Y'all don't listen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Amen.
Y'all don't have to agree with me.
Amen.
It's okay for y'all not to agree with me. However, when I explain why, y'all gonna put on the same category as Mike. Ooh. Y'all not gonna agree, but you're gonna say, okay, you know what? He not. I get where he's coming from.
Nobody on this panel will. Nobody will.
But right here, Freddie. Hold on, but Freddie, you said that last time, and then after I went, everyone kind of low-key was like, you know what? He kind of got a point. I don't agree. But I see where he's coming from. Freddie, you were the only one still screaming. It got to the point where you were screaming by yourself. And
Jonathan was too. Jonathan just like, he's done with you.
Again, in the beginning, as time went on, he understood where I'm coming from.
Come on, just say the truth. No, we'll ask him if he understands still.
Look here. Listen, I'm not going on the show with you, bro.
Yeah, he runs. You guys have the rest of y'all show.
It is what it is.
Rich is running Pride. That's what he do. He always.
You're right. I run 100%. I'm a runner.
That's a new commercial right there. I got you.
All I'm saying right now, I'm just, well, it's all. Hold on. Here's the problem with y'all. When someone says overrated, y'all immediately think I'm calling that person trash. Those two words in and of themselves are not the same.
Thank you to our viewers. We try to teach Pride on a daily basis, but
Freddie, you can't teach me nothing because you're failing.
We're gonna make him get drug tested starting tomorrow morning.
Freddie, go ahead and drug test me. I'll pass for everything.
I don't know. Delusional. That new drug called delusional. You own.
Again, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Like I said,
you guys have a good rest of y'all show.
Goodbye, Freddie.
Appreciate you, Freddie.
I'm not even wasting my time with this, bro.
Y'all see that comment? The deadliest snake. It latch on to you. You're done.
I'm not. Then that's fine. That's fine. Meanwhile, he's out a horrible clutch shooting percentage.
Mike, you are taking it.
I'm not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about
a Boston Celtics fan. They haven't done nothing since it's been a minute.
08 was the last time we won a ring. Yes, it's been 08.
Yeah, the most overhyped team of NBA history. It is. Those guys.
We were overhyped. We had a few years.
Like Ray Allen and Paul Pierce. They think they the stuff to only win one championship, bro.
So hold on. So is Dirk not good? Because he only won one. Is just the kid not good?
But I'm saying that team that has that many Hall of Famers to only win one championship, very overrated. But who took him out? Trayvon, old Bean, and old Powell, overrated.
And we beat him oh my God!
The first time, but who beat him last? Who beat him last?
We're not talking about who did they beat? Who they beat? Was it?
We beat y'all last.
Kings? It was the Kings, wasn't it? Nah, it was the Kings. It was the Kings. That's who we beat in the finals.
No, we beat y'all. The last person y'all beat was us the first time, but we beat y'all since then. Now carry the hell on.
That's fine. That's fine. No, I'm not a Nets fan. No, that's Bishop. I'm not a Nets fan. No. I'm a Celtics fan. And like when y'all hear that, people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's what it is."
That's really exactly what it is.
Not really, because if I'm a Nets fan, then I would hate LeBron for going there.
Because he took your heart.
Mike with the nonsense. Here go Mike with the nonsense.
Mike, meet us. Hey, meet me and Trayvon December 19th. Meet us December 19th.
The way we play right now, he definitely clapping the Celtics, and that's not even close. The way we play now, we getting clapped.
Hey, Trayvon about to go, but hey, Friday's on the horizon, and Friday will bring a better start to the season. Our season starts Friday, and just watch how they hate us now. Just watch how they hate us now.
Welcome back.
Y'all know he's not. Even if he comes back, y'all do know there's still a great possibility that y'all lose. Y'all do know that, right?
There's a possibility that we lose, a possibility that we win, Bishop.
Here's the thing, Bishop.
But I'm just saying, it's a great possibility that y'all lose.
Hold on. It depends what Celtics team shows up. Because if it's the Celtics team that we know can,
damn it, Pride. Good Lord, bro.
But Bishop.
That's your squad.
Pride low key or Lakers fan, low key.
Hey, Pride. Hey, I'm with you on that. I think about that. I think that way sometimes too. I think a lot because I'm supposed to think that way. I'm supposed to think that actually that way.
We've been playing inconsistent this year.
Price.
He low key a Laker fan. Low key.
No, Price, you saying that, but Kobe won championships without Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's self-explanatory. He won championships without Shaquille. Two, I think.
Look, I'm not. I'm saying
that's self-explanatory.
All I'm saying, I said what I said, and I meant it. If y'all don't like it, I don't know what the hell to tell y'all. You know what I mean? But like I said, with context, it makes sense. But I'm gonna shut up about that because y'all gonna give me an aneurysm, as the children say. We got a jam-packed game in terms of NBA today. Pacers and Pistons. Wizards are going to play the Hornets, Celtics and Hawks, Cavs and Lakers, which would have been nice if LeBron was still there, but he's a quitter and all. Oh wait, Freddie left. Magic and Knicks, Pelicans and Heat, Lakers, Bucks, which might be a good one, might not, depending on how they both playing. Rockets and Thunder, shout out to Coach. Kings and Wolves, Mavs and Suns, Bulls, and the Coach's favorite team, the Portland Trail Blazers. What y'all think gonna be game of the night?
Lakers and Bucks, and Celtics and Hawks.
I don't think so. I don't think we will be game. I honestly, I think Mavericks and Suns might be.
And Luka out isn't Luka injured?
Yeah. Well, no, what's out for them?
I got
Is he officially out? Because they said there was nothing seriously wrong with him.
Oh, okay.
They said it was nothing serious.
Okay.
Last time I had checked, they were gonna enable him like a game time decision, but barring any any setbacks, he's chilling. Like he was gonna play. So I mean, if he doesn't play, I mean, sure, maybe it's Lakers, Bucks. I mean, Celtics, Hawks, maybe, but against two teams that's been kind of underachieving this year.
Yep.
I don't. I mean, I'm looking at this, and it's kind of like I low key think that Bulls and Trailblazers will be nice. I really do think so.
They got Coach.
Don't do like Pride.
Coach was looking down, and he looked up like,
Pride. Don't stop hyping up them goddamn Blazers. Pride. Don't do that. Stop hyping up them damn Blazers. Don't do that. Don't do that. The only reason I act like this because Damian Lillard deserves better, and he deserves to get away from this Portland Trailblazers team. They have not actually done nothing to help this man or give this man anything.
They're a good organization.
How they a good organization? How they a good organization if you lose in the first round with a superstar in Damian Lillard, with CJ McCollum? You got a great backcourt, but they haven't. Other than that, what have they built around them? They don't have a bench. They got a guy out there that can't shoot. They got a guy in the middle of Yusuf Nurkic that can't stay on the goddamn floor. They got an inconsistent Robert Covington. Norman Powell can't stay on the goddamn floor. And they got a joke of an organization. Terry Stotts is a good head coach for this team. He was a great head coach for them. But Like I say, the organization just haven't done nothing for Damian Lillard. So don't give me that goddamn pride. Don't do that. Don't hype this team up. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Look. In terms of like their organization, sure. What? Nah, I ain't finna defend them. Look, I mean, I said this.
Yeah.
They kind of just been going to war with the same weapons over
and over, yeah.
And over. And it's at a point where, like, the top of the West, they all loaded up, they strapped up, you feel me? Like, they got AKs and M4s all kitted out, and these dudes still fighting with horses and bayonets. Like, ain't doing nothing at all. But on the court specifically, I think this low-key could be a banger.
I mean, it's a game that they'll slip up and win. I agree with you on that. It's a game that they can slip up and win. They'll surprise a good team every now and then.
On top of that, you know, I still believe in Damian Lillard. I mean, you know.
Oh, I'm always believing him. I'm a big believer.
You know, he got the potential to all of a sudden just wake up and just go nuclear for no reason. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think that low-key could be a good game. But, I mean, if we're going to be honest, I mean.
It might be because, I mean, you got to think DeRozan's been on a tear, but, I mean, this could be a point in which finally it catches up with him where he might have that down point. And like you said, Dame have a good game, McCollum have a good game. Everyone doesn't pick him up and they sleep up. So it's a possibility. I don't think that's too far-fetched of an idea.
Thank you. See, every time we mention Portland, Coach gets tight. He gets.
Because I think about Damian Lillard every single time I think about Portland. This man would be good somewhere else. He would be good around if he was on the Sixers with Joel Embiid. Just think about how good that combination would be if Damian Lillard acts out. Just think about how good Joel Embiid and that combination
in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, like he'll fit perfectly.
Why you look at me like that, Bishop?
Stop it, man.
They trying to get all of LA trying to get everybody. They want the whole NBA.
Well, if he was in LA, he wouldn't have been Westbrook wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I mean that's true. You know that definitely is true. But you know, I'm not touching that Russ stuff right now. I already low key have a headache.
I mean, I totally feel where coach is coming from. I feel like Dame deserves better, but I also feel like that about McCollum too. I mean, McCollum, he's a quiet assassin, man. He plays hard. He has a whole lot of heart. I definitely don't see the Trailblazers beating the Bulls. I don't care if they are playing at home. I don't see that happening. This ain't football where anybody could win on any given Sunday. But the Bulls is below.
Go talk to OKC 2 times, baby boy. Go holler at the Wolves 1 time real quick. Throw that out there. I'm just saying. Like
beating up on them Lakers.
Let's keep it moving.
But I totally agree with Coach, man. Trailblazers need to rebuild, find something. I'm sure they're not gonna get rid of Dame, because that's they franchise player for the most part. So I don't see them getting rid of Dame. And all I can see them doing is trying to bring more people in and trying hopes to help him out a little more. But I don't know. Maybe they will. I don't know. What you think, Greg?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Dame. I mean, the Trailblazers do need to bring in some more help for Dame, but I mean, he's basically stuck there now, unless he asks for a trade or something. Yep. Like he's stuck. Mm-hmm. So they brought in Chauncey. You know, Terry Stotts was good there.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know why they fired him. I don't know if it was maybe he couldn't get along with, the management or something, but they should have definitely kept Terry Stotts there. But Chauncey is still, I think he'll do good there, but Dame is basically stuck. And if he was with the Lakers will be better than what they are right now. They wouldn't have to deal with
they would.
They wouldn't have to deal with Russell Westbrook going 10 for 25 every game. Like he does.
I mean,
dribbling out the clock, thinking he's Jordan or something. But anyway,
and missing shots.
I will say this, a lot of people kind of feel bad for both Dame and CJ, but
for sure.
Yesterday I looked at it from a whole different perspective. They low-key deserve it because they're the ones saying we want to stay, knowing this organization is, making questionable decisions, knowing that forget questionable decisions, they're not even making decisions. They literally stealing a paycheck to do absolutely nothing.
But pride, but you know what? Right, but you gotta respect. You gotta respect them because everybody's not a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant. They go.
Doesn't matter. No.
Everybody's not a LeBron James.
And I understand that.
So what doesn't happen? Both of them.
Everybody's not that person.
Both don't need to leave. Only one needs to leave.
I mean,
why?
Because that's a bad organization.
Only one needs to leave.
Where's your loyalty lie? But where's your loyalty lie?
Hold on. You want to know what my loyalty
is? You can only be loyal for so much. You can only be loyal for so much, for so long. You can only be loyal for so long, man, to the organization.
Hold on.
That's true.
You want to know why you can't be loyal to the ring? Because when you take it off and I put in that case, guess what? She ain't gonna go nowhere. She ain't gonna cheat on me. She ain't gonna trade me. She ain't gonna talk to nobody else.
No.
Meanwhile, this organization ain't doing good by me, and I'm choosing to stay.
Why can't he be that?
Hold on, Bishop. If he wants to be loyal, that is fine. It comes at a cost. And the NBA, loyalty is the most overrated thing in the league. The only way you'll be the only way a player should be loyal is if the team is loyal in return and they're doing.
And if the team is actually gonna do right by him and put people around him.
Go look at Golden State.
Yep.
They take care of everybody aside from KD.
And the team was built up together. They were drafted together. Exactly. And they still putting pieces together. They still put the pieces together around these guys.
Let me ask you this, Coach Pride, Greg, Trey. Isn't this the same? Why couldn't Dame and McCollum be the same as the Greek Freak? Because he could have left Milwaukee.
Yeah, he could have left.
He stayed loyal.
But you know what? I got the perfect answer to that question. Okay, I got perfect answer to that question.
Okay. But he stayed loyal to the Milwaukee Bucks. He could have left, and a lot of people wanted him to leave Milwaukee.
Okay, I'm gonna counter.
He said no. He said I didn't want to leave because I wanted to stay here in Milwaukee.
Okay, I'm gonna counterpunch you with this question. I'm gonna counterpunch you back with this.
I got you.
The organization, he knew it. The organization brought in Drew Holiday. That's a 20-point per game score. Bobby Portis. They brought in Bobby Portis. They brought in help.
Did Drew?
That's how you
really
knew.
Do anything? Did he really do anything in them finals?
Yeah, in the finals.
Yes. He didn't score. Listen, he didn't score. I'm gonna tell you, he didn't score. But he got to the opposing player best defender.
Yes.
Best player. You don't have to score. But you don't have to score. You don't have to score to impact the game.
No, but I'm
you don't have to do that.
He had that game 5.
Yeah, he had that game 5. And he played great defense.
Hold on. Coach, finish up your point, and then I'll give you the full Bishop.
Like, again, you don't have to score to impact a whole basketball game. Yes, Drew Holiday struggled in the playoffs, but the fact is, look at the strip that he had on Devin Booker at the end of Game 5. Go back to the very next game, Game 6, when he stole that ball from Devin Booker and threw an alley. That was Game 5, my bad. That put the game away. Look at Game 4 prior to that, how he stole it away from Devin Booker. So you don't have to score to win to make an impact. He struggled, but he did make some layups. He did make shots when he had to, but he played on the defensive side of the ball. He made crucial plays when he needed to. That's what I'm saying. They put pieces around Giannis. They got shooters around him. They got shooters around this guy, like Pat Connaughton and stuff like that. Those guys matter right there. You go to Portland, where they haven't put nothing around you. They haven't gave you no bench. Your best team, your best players is your backcourt. You don't got a defender on the floor. You got guys that cannot stay healthy. So you can be loyal. You cannot want to go to those super teams, but like it comes at a cost of situation. If you're gonna stay there, you have to promise the organization. If I'm gonna stay here, I want y'all to do right by me. I want y'all to put an organization, put this team together. I want y'all. That's if I'm gonna stay here. That's why Giannis, when they got Drew Holiday, that's what made Giannis basically stay and seeing yes, they're gonna put some guys around me. Then they went out and trade deadline. They get PJ Tucker, one of the best defenders that can frustrate people. That's what they ran out and did. That's a whole difference besides Portland. And then Carmelo Anthony, he could have probably been won him a championship, but he took the money in New York to stay in New York. And look right now, he's fighting for his life right now in LA just to try to get one. See, that's a difference between Portland and Milwaukee. That's why Giannis stayed, because they built the organization and put guys around him that helps his playing style, so they won't double him. And when he kicks it out, they can shoot. That's something they have not done in the past couple of years. But now that they've done it, And then you got Chris Middleton who emerged into an all-star as well. So that helps out. That helps out a lot too.
And that's kind of the only thing is like in terms of Portland, like I said, they're going to war with the same thing over and over and over again. The Bucks have been trying to make moves to try to make it work, and that's my thing. If the Blazers were making legit moves to try to make it work, that's one thing. But at this point, they're kind of like, damn, you got to carry the load every year, year in, year out. And again, we're getting to a point where like Melo is who he is, right? At this point, he's a Hall of Famer. It doesn't really matter if he wins a ring or not. Dame isn't in that conversation. Dame isn't there. Like, yeah. So it's kind of like you need that ring, and again. Everyone says, I want to win no matter what. Then go change teams. Oh, I don't want to do that. So then you don't win no matter what. So
that doesn't mean that though, Pride. That means that, bro.
So truth be told,
I disagree with that.
When you think about it, truth be told, the whole loyalty thing is a bit overrated in my opinion. Because when it comes down to it, when the organization, when you sign that dotted line, now your rights belong to that organization. So regardless of what you're doing, it's not going to make a difference. Because when the organization see that they can get some value for you to extend their business, because this is a business, let's keep that in mind. That's what it's going to be. So at this point, to the point of the Trailblazer, I think it's about time that they move one of the two. You have two good talents or tremendous talents in your backcourt, and as coach has said plenty of times, that's where it's at. It's only in the backcourt. You can't win like that. I'm very sure if they was to move Dame or McCollum, one of them, they can get some value in other positions that'll make them a little more even keel team, and then it might be a little bit more successful. But that loyalty thing, like that only lies within the player, so they can feel like I did this and I brought this to this team while I'm here. And that's it. So
let me ask you this question, man. And this is just from I'm assuming I'm just going to assume that everybody on this panel right now has either played some type of sport. I don't care what it is. If from golf, tennis, football, basketball, something. Now, when it comes to that, when you come to a sport and you're a true athlete and you want to be a champion, be a winner. When it comes down to it, I'm gonna use myself as an example
because I got pretty.
I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? I'm prior military. I'm 21 years retired. Well, at one point in time, I PCS to Germany. Over in Germany, they have the thing what they call German American football, where it's regular football, full contact football, pads and all. The only stipulation is you can have only 3 Americans can be on the field at a time. Everybody else has to be German or something else, but they can't be. Only 3 Americans can be on the field at a time. So while I was over there, I played with this team for 3 years. The first year, I had got offers for other teams around the league in which I was playing against to come and play for that team. But because of the fact that my loyalty lied within that team, and yes, I get it. I didn't get paid. It wasn't no money involved or nothing like that. But it's about your heart. It's about how you feel in yourself about bringing something to an organization that hasn't had anything. Don't get me wrong. I know the Milwaukee Bucks had Kareem and all that good stuff and all. But what I'm saying is, when it's an individual. When I say a loyalty is an individual thing. I hear what you're saying, Trey. Yeah, when it's all
I was about to say something. I was going to ask you a question. I was going to ask you a question.
Done, it's about the individual. When you can say that you've done something for an organization, you and your players, your compadres, your whole team has brought something to that organization. It means a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? That's why a whole lot of people give LeBron James so much flack is because of the fact he jumped teams to get a darn championship. Went from Cleveland, went to the Heat, got a championship. Left the Heat, went back to Cleveland, got Cleveland a championship. Now more people respect him because he went back to Cleveland. But the reason why he went back to Cleveland, did you ever think the reason why he went back to Cleveland? Because his loyalty lies to where he came from. He's from Cleveland, Ohio.
And that loyalty was so great, he left them again to go to LA.
So let me ask you a question.
But he's still ring chasing. He's still ring chasing.
Let me ask you a question.
Isn't that the goal? First of all, he's not.
No, that's not the goal.
He's not ring chasing because for ring chasing, that means that's kind of like Shaq, where towards the end of his career, where you're really like
Kevin Durant. That's like Kevin Durant as well. Yes, he did. I think Kevin. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm not buying. I think Kevin Durant. He did go ring chase. Yeah, he did ring chase. Yes, he did. I think he did.
Hold on. Bishop, you had something to say. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you can't put Shaq in there because I feel like Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I get it. He didn't win one with Orlando, but he did.
No. I'm not talking about the beginning of his career. See, when I think of a ring chaser, I think of an old washed-up player who was a star, and then now he's kind of bouncing from team to team, trying to steal that last ring, but they're really not getting that many minutes. First, of Shaq's final year with the Celtics,
Boston,
he really wasn't.
Yeah.
And if we had won that year, which I don't think we're going to, but if we had won, he would have gotten the ring. That's what I call ring chasing. What Kevin Durant did is basically selling out because you're fleeing to the team that beat you. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say because he knew he couldn't beat him. He knew he couldn't beat him and went over there when they didn't even need him. They already won a championship over there. That's why I said he went ring chasing. You seen how everybody bashed him about it. He could have went anywhere else, or he could at least stay with OKC. He had a chance to win. He was up 3-1. He was up 3-1. He was the reason. He was one of the reasons why they lost as well.
Let me ask Bishop a question because it's a little more personal, right? So, Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop smiling, Trey. I know you're going to do something filthy.
Well, no. It's because it's a little more personal. So, Bishop, loyalty, right? Or talk of loyalty, because let me talk about it, right? Because I got to go get my wig split. So, loyalty, right? You was in 46, the engineer battalion in Fort Hood, right?
44
that was 44 chemical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you remember teams like Finance and Medac and stuff like that? That was pretty potent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you played for the DFAC. Shout out to G Unit, Fort Hood, Texas. But you played for G Unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if prior to G Unit becoming what we became, would you have if 44 Chemical was what Medac or Finance was, would you had stayed in your unit or would you have played with the DFAC still?
I'll still play with the DFAC.
Okay.
I could have played with 44th Chem. They
wasn't good as us.
They
wasn't good as everyone else.
But they wasn't good. But that goes back to my point when I said when I was in Germany. There was other teams in which I could have played for who had coaches who wanted me to come play for them, but I didn't play because my loyalty lied within the team. My loyalty is with the DFAC because that was who that's who I started playing with. I'm not gonna leave and go to another team just because they're better. That's what coach is saying about KD. KD knew that they could not beat the Golden State Warriors. So he said, he went to with the old adage: if you can't beat,
he took the easy way out. He took the easy way. That's taking the easy way.
But that's not me. That's just me. I'm just saying I'm not that person.
Bitch, I understand what you're saying, but if we're going because this originally started with Damian Lillard,
right?
You got this. There's another part that you're not bringing up because you're making some solid points, but you're kind of neglecting the main reason he should leave. His employers ain't doing nothing for him. He's showing up to a job that they want to pay him nice, right? They're giving him all the hard work to do. They're saying on top of that, you are now a supervisor, so you're allowed to delegate. Now the people the people that they're giving him to delegate, one of them has spotty attendance. The other one is inconsistent. One day he'll give you 100%, other day he'll give you 50%. Then you got some guys who, if we're gonna be honest, shouldn't even be working full time. They just there, you know what I mean? They're just part-time dudes who picking up extra hours, and that's what they're giving him. So my thing is, you can't really compare it because you said you basically compared it to what happened with Giannis. You can't compare it to that, and the reason I'm saying you can't is because when it comes to the Bucks have done everything for Giannis. They've made moves. They've brought him help. They've brought him other players he can rely on. So if you can just tell, Giannis, go out there and average 30 in terms of defense, guess what? We got Chris Middleton, and now we got Drew Holiday. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
How long has it been, how far removed has Trailblazers been from the championship game? What year? How long ago was that? 2 years ago? NBA Finals. When they in the finals? When was that?
That was in the Western Conference.
That's what I'm talking about. The Western Conference.
Yeah.
How long was it? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? What was it?
It was 3, I think.
3 years ago, right?
3 or 4.
3. Okay. How long has Giannis been in Milwaukee? He's been there for a minute. Put it like that.
Hold on.
He's been there. He's been there for a minute. Let's put it like that, right? He's been there for a minute. So with that being said, do y'all feel like the Portland Trailblazers have given them enough time to be able to build around him, to maybe get him on the same stature as Giannis? Because it took Giannis. Giannis didn't get that in the first 3-4 seasons he's been in Milwaukee. They had to continuously build Milwaukee up to get a team to be competitive in the finals.
So Giannis been in the league 8 years. He's been in the league 8 years, but still, the organization have not done nothing to try to make it better for Damian Lillard. Right. So I mean, again,
but that's my question.
They had enough time. They had more than enough time. They had more than enough time.
They
had more than enough time.
They've had more than enough time, and they still haven't done it, which is why he needs to leave. Because Bishop, let me ask you a question. You were in the military, right? You're a strong man, right? You're a big, strong man, right? I mean, I see the muscles. You know what I mean? Like, if your CEO, right? Let's say in your company, if your CEO's bugging, right? He's just you can tell he's a mess. He has no idea what he's doing. Aren't you going to request to switch divisions?
No, it's not that easy. You can't do that.
No, I'm just saying in principle. I'm not saying in principle.
But then again, it all depends on how long I've been there. And then again, when it's all said and done, you're talking about the CO now. That's the commander. Now I still got a first sergeant above me. I still got my platoon sergeant and a few other people that's above before him. So I can't just blame. I can't say that I'm a request to be gone because of my commander, because I may really like my first sergeant. I may really like my platoon sergeant. I may really like my section sergeant. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So because of that, my loyalty, despite the fact that I don't directly have contact with the commander or the CO, I have direct contact with the first sergeant, my platoon sergeant, my section sergeant. So therefore, that I like all three of them, my loyalty lies within them.
I got one more thing. Damian Lillard has been in the league 10 years. That is way long enough. That is long enough. Damian Lillard has been in the league 10 years, and this organization has not done anything to put pieces around him since LaMarcus Aldridge left this team. That was his backbone. 10 years, that's long enough.
Shouldn't that tell you something right there, Coach Dante? He been in the league 10 years with the same team. That doesn't tell you that his loyalty is right there in Portland for some reason.
Yes, his loyalty is in Portland, but it's only so much.
I'm just saying that's why he hasn't left. That's my whole point.
That's fine. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm not knocking him for
you want to when you first come in the NBA, you want to win with the organization that gave you chances. If it's not helping, if the organization not putting any pieces around you and not helping you, then you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get tired of it, and you want to move on. They know, the organization and the fans know he put his all into this organization. But it's some type of time and point of time, you have to look out for him. He have to look out for himself. He have to look out for his career. And he got to just come out and say, like Greg said, he just cannot do it. I put all into this organization to try to stay loyal to this team, and just the organization in the front office just haven't done anything for me to make this team better. CJ been right here with me. It's like if you want to put one, if one got to go, if one you want to trade one, then the other one's gonna want to get up out of there. Same thing.
So if he was to leave, and this is for you too, Greg, if he was to leave, would y'all consider Damian a ring chaser?
Nope. Because he stayed 10 years.
Yes.
He stayed 10 years.
So basically what you're saying, Greg, is depending on how long you've been with the org, it determines whether or not you're a ring chaser or not?
No.
Hold on. Let me see what Greg said.
Braun was chasing rings because he had to prove that I'm the GOAT, I'm better than Jordan, I got to get 6 rings, I got to do all this. So he jumped, went to go play with Dwayne Wade, came back, went to go play with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving and Ray Allen saved his legacy, by the way. But anyway, so he did all that ring chase. Dame, if he bounces out of Portland and goes win a ring somewhere, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, he chased it. No, he waited his time.
Okay.
Then plus every team LeBron went to Like Greg said, they had top 5 players.
Come on, son.
They had top 5 players at each at two of the most important positions. Each team that he went to. Now the only reason I say Kevin Durant ring chase because he knew he wasn't beating the Golden State Warriors anytime soon and stuff. He could have went to the Eastern Conference to Boston and got him a championship on Washington.
But see, I don't blame KD for leaving because he realized.
No, I don't blame him for leaving.
I can't win with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't blame him for leaving. I don't blame him leaving. It's just the team that he went to. He didn't need to go to that team. I don't blame him for leaving, though. I don't blame him for leaving. He could have left to go anywhere else. To go anywhere else. Anywhere else that would have been fine.
Who he went to. Okay.
That's just the fact that he went to. That's why I said it like that. No, but I don't blame him for leaving. No way.
Okay.
I think it's funny how
I would have left too, but I wouldn't have went to the team that consistently beat me when I had a 3-1 series lead. I had a chance to put them away my own self. That's why I say Kevin Durant did what he did.
Yeah, I just think it's funny how you said Ray Allen saved LeBron's career when LeBron single-handedly scored 16 straight to make that shot possible. But again, we're not allowed to talk about that.
If Ray Allen missed the shot, does Miami win the championship or does it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. They were down at that point. They were down by 3 at that point. They were down by 3 at that point.
How you say he got me? Let me rebuttal. So by your logic, the first year the Cavs played Golden State, if Kyrie and Kevin Love don't get injured, do they lose the finals?
They probably.
All right, then. So stop with this what if nonsense. Because
there's probably
It don't matter. And by the way, for Kyrie's shot, guess what? That shot wouldn't matter if LeBron doesn't do the block. Because not only do they need that 3, they need a stop and then another bucket on top. But again, we're not allowed to talk about that. LeBron James is the only player in the history of the NBA who make sure his teammates do what they do, and they save them. But when Kerr hit the shot for Jordan, he didn't save him. When Paxson hit the shot,
they were up 3 games to 2.
They were up.
Hold on. I'll be having this same argument with my homies. No. The Kerr shot and the Paxson shot. I had to take my glasses off. I'm sorry. The Kerr shot and the Paxson shot. Jordan, those Bull teams were up 3 games to 2. If Kerr or Paxson missed those shots, it's a game 7.
Yes.
It's not him taking the game-winning shot. Therefore, it should hamper.
And they were pressing up the court. They were pressing. They were half-court pressing. So you got to pass the ball against the press.
Hold on. A lot of MJ's mistake is that he never went to Game 7. If they missed the shot, he goes to that Game 7, which could hamper some of those mistakes. So
they didn't miss the shot.
No, we're not allowed to talk about that. We're not allowed to talk about that. No, because when you say
so we're not gonna go to Game 6. We're not gonna go to Game 6 when he got a steal on Karl Malone, come back the next play and hit the game-winning shot. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Because after Ray Allen hit the shot, go holler at me. Let me know what LeBron did Game 6. Go holler at me then.
They wouldn't have won that game if Ray Allen didn't hit that shot.
If he didn't make the shot, there's no Game 7. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a legit question. LeBron doesn't score 16 straight, and Ray Allen hits that shot. Do they win the game?
No, they don't win the game.
They don't win the game.
They don't win the game.
Don't say nothing about he saved his legacy. It was a hell of a shot. It was one of the most clutch shots in the history of the NBA. 110%. But to say any type of argument that it saved his legacy, saved his career.
Tim Duncan wasn't even in the game. Tim Duncan wasn't in the game to get a rebound.
And you're gonna neglect and Chris Bosh with that very critical rebound off the board that a lot of people don't really talk about. It was great. Right. But to sit here and pretend like that saved his legacy and ignore the fact that he went on a tear and then Game 6, the Spurs will call him dad. That's blasphemous. That's completely. That's out of bounds.
You want to know? What happened? What happened the very next year? They lost 4-1 to that same team, right?
Yes,
they got blown out. It wasn't even a series.
Blown off the floor.
But why? Because the Spurs made the corrections they needed to make, and they came back prepared for it. So, and on top of that, and let's not act like LeBron wasn't the best player on the floor either. So, yes, he lost. He got away with that. But the Spurs made the proper adjustments, not only from Greg Popovich, but from Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan. So, again, stop making it seem like it was just Bron poo-poo in the bed. Don't do that now. Don't do that.
I just don't think he's better than Michael Jordan. I just don't think Bron is better than Michael Jordan. That's all I said. LeBron James is great. LeBron James is great. No, I got nothing against LeBron. He's great. He's great. He's awesome.
This isn't an argument I'm having. That's not the argument. I'm not trying to say anything like that. All I'm saying is LeBron James, whether you like it or not, he's an all-time great. Whether y'all like him or not, he's an all-time great.
He's an all-time great. He's an all-time top five. He's top five.
All I'm saying, we need a hold. Like when we hold, why are we holding him at a very special standard? Why is it that when a teammate makes a shot, they're bailing him out? But if it's anybody else, they're just doing their job. That's it. Again, I'm not trying to. This isn't an argument about saying who's better, Bron or MJ. That's not this argument. All I'm saying, we need to make our minds up, because if it's anybody else who hit that shot, we're not saying we're not saying Ray Allen saved his legacy. We're just giving a prop and saying, that was a clutch shot. That was a hell of a shot. Shout out to him. Let's move on to the next team. But because it was LeBron James, we're saying this whole notion that his legacy was saved. And again, I'm asking the question, does that shot matter if LeBron doesn't go on a 16-point tear solo dolo? Solo dolo, might I add. Solo dolo. I'm talking about this dude was me in high school, straight single. He was balling by himself in the corner. He was getting nothing. They was doing it by himself. And then for Kyrie, again, hell of a shot from Kyrie. Does that shot truly matter if LeBron don't get the block? No. And the reason I say that is because not only do they need that, they need another stop and then another bucket right after, because they're still down in possession. So to me, all I'm saying, it's just not fair, the fact that we always say his career was saved with no context. I just think that's unfair. Again, this is not there's not an argument I'm trying to say that LeBron is better or LeBron is that. Notice how I'm negating all of that. I'm not talking about any of that. All I'm saying, it's unfair because LeBron James is an all-time great, but we still hold him at this higher standard where if LeBron sneezes, he's got a common cold, he's soft. If LeBron wears the wrong shoe, we got to get him off the court.
But that's what happens when you're in the GOAT conversation. You're going to
because that doesn't happen with MJ.
That's what it's about.
But it doesn't happen with MJ. It doesn't. Because I just said, because here's the thing. When I said Paxton Curry hit the shot, what did you do? You immediately said, oh, no. It doesn't matter because, they were up 3-2. You see? That's why I'm saying. People don't do that for Bron. That's really the only thing I got to say about that. That's really it. You know what I mean? Again, I'll try to say this one more time. I'm not trying to sit here and say that Bron is the GOAT or anything like that. I'm not trying to inject that in this conversation. All I'm saying, we just need to be nice and just we need to put it in context and hold him to the same standard we hold all the all-time greats for. If he misses a shot, you can kill him. If he passes it and they make it, let's just say Bron, good pass. Ray, good shot. Or if they just make a clutch shot like Kyrie did when he just brought the ball up solo dolo, or Ray out with that clutch shot, that's fine. All I'm saying, let's just put them on the same thing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. By the way, you said LeBron is a selfish distributor. I don't think so. I think that's more along the lines of Russ. I think Russ is more of a selfish distributor. I'm not trying to be mean, I swear. But it's just, for me, it's like Russ does it for the stats. Bron kind of just naturally sees the floor kind of unfold. Kind of how Magic did, right? Like, he just naturally saw stuff unfold, and then he would go from there. That's kind of and then there's another comment. Back to Dame, I think one thing that hurts him is the market in Portland. No one wants to go there. They want stars and lights of an LA or New York. I mean, I kind of get that. But at the same time, if you got a guy like Damian Lillard, maybe shouldn't that be enough to at least get somebody?
Get somebody in there. Yep.
Dame Lillard is that guy.
You got CJ too, who's a 20-point per game scorer. They should be able to attract superstar, a person to want to come there too. But the problem is, it ain't up to them. The organization gotta get the right pieces around these guys. The organization just haven't done right. It hasn't went out and got those type players. That's just, I don't think it's the city. I don't think just because they're in a small market. You got big names now. You got CJ and Dame now. Even though you couldn't win with James Harden. One thing about that, people wanted to go play. People wanted to go play with James Harden. Even though it did not work, or James Harden went to go talk to the people and said, "Hey, I think we'll be a great duo here." Even though it didn't work, at least he got people. They got people. The organization brought people there. At least the organization tried and gave James Harden whatever he want. But the organization for Portland have not done the same thing for them.
And that's really all it really was for me, to be honest.
And to that comment in regards to, you know what I'm saying, about the what about Jordan the 9 years before when they kept getting bounced out of the playoffs. That was my whole point in regards to loyalty. When I was saying how loyalty was in regards to how, Michael Jordan himself, he didn't want to go to another team. He never even thought about going to another team. It wasn't even in his mindset. He knew he felt like he was good enough. He was the man to be able to bring a championship to the city of Chicago. And that's why he stayed for that many years before he got his first championship ring. So that's what I mean.
Scottie Pippen emerged. Scottie Pippen is emerged to a stud. He emerged to a stud.
Different because when they told him, when they drafted him, they told him, you went for some rough years, kid.
Yeah.
So he went in with that expectations, like, look, if you feel like you can, that's one thing. You in here, you coming in here to some rough years, kid. Like, we're still trying to build something. You are the center.
Dame didn't come into some. Dame would go into Portland. Wasn't coming into some rough years because Portland wasn't doing nothing before Dame got there.
What was it? His rookie or second year? He signed the Rockets.
I said before. He got there.
You said what?
I
said before. He's saying before.
Before he got there, just like Chicago wasn't nothing until, like you said, Chicago told Michael Jordan, "Hey, you coming into some rough years." I'm sure they said
Chicago was rebuilding. The Portland Trailblazers were a playoff team
before Dame.
Yes,
they were making. Yeah, they were
in the 2000s. In the 2000s era, yes, they were.
Yeah, they was. Yeah,
they were a playoff team. They almost went to the finals. Yeah, they almost went to the finals.
Yeah, why do you think Marcus Aldridge was getting so much love?
Yeah.
Why do you think when he left Portland, everyone, the Knicks, the Celtics, Spurs,
Rockets was all over that.
Trying to call him because he not only was he balling out, but the team was having some type of success. So it's kind of like since Dame got there,
he dominated the Rockets actually in the series. Yeah. He the one killed us in that guy. I still remember that before Damian Lillard hit that shot in Game 6. Man, LaMarcus Aldridge had a heck of a goddamn series against us. He was a Hall of Famer in that series.
110%. 110%.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell it how it is. He was a Hall of Famer in that series. We could not stop LaMarcus Aldridge.
We got to have a wing in the Hall of Fame called the Series Hall of Fame. And whenever you have a phenomenal series, we're gonna put you in there. And that's what this man did, because they were still a playoff team. A playoff team who people had to respect. Dame went in there, and now they kind of been the same. If anything, they dipped down a little bit. Because now, before people were like, yo, Trailblazers, they a problem. Now it's like Trailblazers in the playoffs, that's a problem. Like, that's kind of the situation that they're in right now. When instead of the playoffs, we're talking for them in the play-in. That's bad. And again, this is the same team. Like I said, this is the same team. They're going over and over and over. They're doing this is like the old saying goes. They're doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That is the definition of insanity. And like I said, Damian Lillard, look, as much as I love him and I respect him, hey, yo, Dame Time, that's my guy, but he got to wear some of this because he knew this organization wasn't going to do nothing. So, bro, the biggest move they made in the last few years is getting a new head coach. I'm going to say that one more time.
Which they didn't even need to get.
Yeah.
They didn't even need to get.
They got a new head coach. That's the biggest move they made.
Chauncey Billups. That was it.
So it's kind of like they're not really doing right by Dame. But again, like I said in the beginning, Dame got to wear it. And the reason he's got to wear it is because he understands, unless he's stupid. And I don't think Damian Lillard is stupid at all. He sees this organization ain't doing nothing for me. It's year after year, just me and CJ. It's not working. And Dame in this offseason was trying to tell them moves they should make. They were like, yeah, we'll keep it in mind. They ignored him. They didn't do nothing. So it's kind of like, I understand the loyalty thing, but it's extremely overrated because, listen, this team could trade you just like that. It don't matter if you're a star, if you're a building piece. The instant they get the chance, and if they want to, they will bash you and treat you like dirt. Don't believe me? As much as you hate this guy right now, Ben Simmons, they built around him. Now holler at me and let me know how he's doing. It don't matter if they build around you. They will get you rid of you so fast your head will freaking spin.
And one more thing before we try to move on, Pride, about this situation. Damian Lillard even came out, and you know why I know and why Pride is true. The biggest steal was their head coach. Because Damian Lillard called out the organization, said, I don't like the offseason moves. What does that tell you? What he's frustrated.
And right here
That's part of frustrated.
Yo, Hey, you ready for the part? You ready for the part? I'm gonna let it go. Dame says that. Oh, we gotta get Dame help. LeBron says when he was in Cleveland, we top heavy as bleep. We assassinated him. I'm just leaving that right there. I ain't talking no more. I'm doing too much talking. I gotta breathe. Woosah, and the reason I need to breathe is because where we going next is gonna boil my blood. College football dropped the rankings. I love how
here we go.
Here we go. But
here we go.
College football rankings at 1 Georgia, 2 Alabama, 3 Oregon, 4 Ohio State, 5 Cincinnati, 6 Michigan, 7 Michigan State, 8 Notre Dame, 9 Oklahoma State, and 10 Wake Forest. And obviously the odd man out in terms of being undefeated, 10-0 UTSA. They're sitting at 22.
I mean, again, I think that Michigan game, that Michigan Ohio State game is gonna be big. I think when they play, I think that game is gonna be big. That game is gonna determine if Ohio State goes to the playoff or if Michigan goes to the playoff. Because the only thing about Michigan, they can't beat Ohio State. That game is gonna be the biggest game. And then plus you got the Big Ten championship. So the Big Ten could get interesting. The Big Ten is going to be interesting. Between those two teams, that is going to be interesting. Georgia, I think they're going to make it. I think Georgia's going to make it. They're clearly the best team in the country. If Alabama and Georgia play today, Georgia will win that football. Georgia will win that game. If Oregon and Ohio State play again in a rematch, I think Ohio State will beat Oregon. Again, I think Cincinnati should be in, man. I think Cincinnati should be in, bro. I don't think Alabama should be number 2. I think Cincinnati should be number 2. I think they deserve it.
And I said this yesterday as a, not even as a joke. I said it in a joking way. And I'm gonna say it again. If I get in trouble, I apologize. When the fuck is Cincy gonna get some respect? They 10-0. They beat quality teams, and they're 5th. Like at some point, we need to understand something. You feel me? Like again, I've said this before. I think if you're undefeated, you should be up there. And then if, for instance, the only reason right now, 3 teams in terms of the top 3, there's only 3 teams when it should become strength of schedule. That's UTSA, Georgia, and Cincy. And that's because they all 10-0. That's when you can go into it. But Bishop, I want to swing it to you because you're
bring it.
You feel me? You're Oklahoma Sooners.
Your Sooners.
They you feel me? They went to the water park a couple days. Did you hear about that? So after the loss, they went on a whole they went on a team outing. They went to a water park, and from what I heard, it was fun. Bishop, you hear about it? They had it on their Facebook thing. They went on the slip and slide because now they 13, baby boy. That's where they at right now, Bishop. So let me ask you something. How you feel about that right now after all that gloat and all that chest pounding you was doing?
I mean, it's so this is the thing, man. I get it. I expected them to drop. I did because we did lose to Baylor. I did expect them to drop. However, this is my thing. There's 2 teams in which I feel like should be higher, which Coach just spoke about. Cincinnati, I feel like 5 is way too low. They should be above Alabama and Oregon and Ohio State. In regards to Oklahoma, we still got to play number 9 ranked in the college football playoff, number 9 ranked Oklahoma State. So we can bounce back up there within the top 10 if we beat Oklahoma State. So with that being said, I expected that. I was hoping, like you said yesterday, being that we got a loss, I was hoping we, move up because it looks like that's what the committee believes in. If you win, if you lose a game, that means, you should move up. But UTSA, they 10-0 and they still down at 22. Oklahoma, like I said, we got, is it Oklahoma State? I think the Bedlam is this weekend. It might not be this weekend. If not this weekend, it's the next weekend. I think it's the final game of our season is the Bedlam game against Oklahoma State. I don't know who this committee is, man. Georgia definitely deserves to be where they are. Alabama pushed them down. Oregon pushed them down. Ohio State pushed them down. Cincinnati should be ranked 2. Michigan State. I don't know how. Didn't Michigan State beat Michigan?
Yes. Michigan State beat them. Yeah.
How is Michigan above Michigan State? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy. How does that doesn't even make sense? You know what I'm saying? Then you got Mississippi State. Ole Miss at 12. When you got all these other teams that's ranked 9-1, like Oklahoma. How is Ole Miss ranked above Oklahoma at 8-2, and Oklahoma's at 13? That don't make sense.
It don't at all.
It just don't make it. University of Houston 9-1, and they've 24th. And then Mississippi State tops out to 25 at 6-4.
And
who is this committee?
And here's the thing. Here's another thing I kind of want to because Houston is now 24, is ranked 24th, and Mississippi State is ranked 25. The two teams that got bumped out, Auburn and Purdue.
It's Purdue.
Wow.
Well, Purdue just took their 4th loss, though, right?
Wait, did they?
Yeah, I think they just took their 4th loss.
Also, Ohio State and Auburn, they blew a 28-3 lead, so they should be up out of there. They should be up out of there. They blew a 28. Yes. I don't blame them.
I understand they blew it, but to still put that to not even have them, I would have had them at like 24 or 25.
If you lose a lead like that, that's Atlanta losing the Super Bowl. Just the way, they deserve that. Yeah. I put them out too. Yeah. And then you got 43. You got 43 scored on you, and you was up 28-3. You got 43 scored on you. So they deserve to be knocked away.
I would have had them at 25 because they're still salty. But I do get your point in having them and getting them out. I just don't think if you're gonna take Auburn out and put 64 Mississippi, to me personally, I just don't.
I can see your argument, Pride. I can see your argument. I get where Coach coming up to.
Yeah, because I get both sides.
Blow a lead,
Yeah, I do get both sides. You know what I mean? So the top 7 remain the same. Oklahoma dropping 5. It moved Notre Dame up 1, Oklahoma State up 1, Wake Forest 2, Baylor 2, and Ole Miss moved them up 3. I know I made this joke about Cincinnati. When is UTSA gonna get some respect? At this point, bro, this is just,
they won't.
They won't. They simply won't get. They simply won't get any respect because of the conference in which they're in, and they just won't. They won't give. And a lot of people feel like that's unfair because of the fact. Yeah, they feel like it's unfair because if I don't care. This goes back to what Trey said. It's still a college football team. You still playing college teams. It ain't like you playing a high school team and you 10-0. You still playing to be 10-0. That's a huge.
And not only that, and not only that, and here's the part that really bothers me because when people say, "Oh yeah, it's strength of schedule," that tells me you don't watch college football. That just tells me you don't watch college football because to pretend that every single team you play is ranked, it's sheer stupidity. It's sheer stupidity. Let's call it what it is. If we're going to sit here and pretend that every single player, every single team is ranked, is lunacy. So, you know what I mean? It's like if you're 10-0, you need some goddamn respect. You need some respect.
I agree.
And
any team, my personal opinion, any team that's undefeated, bro, you should at least be in the top 5.
Yes. And like I said, strength of schedule should not really matter until you're trying to figure out tiebreakers. That's really it. Because looking at this, right? So they beat Illinois 37-30. They beat Lamar. They shut them out 54-0. Like they beat who is this? They beat Western Kentucky. That's another dominating game that they had. They dropped 52 on them.
And that's my thing. I think that's my biggest thing right there, Pride, is the fact that how bad they beat these teams. The fact that, I understand you talking about strength of schedule, but because of our schedule and who we're playing, we're showing you how dominant we are as a team.
Yes.
We're putting 50 plus points on these teams who we're beating in our conference, showing you that they can't touch us.
Yes. And
that alone should catapult us in the top 5.
But again, strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Again,
and that's
highlights.
Unfortunately, that's what it is.
You just watch highlights. That's all it comes down to.
Unfortunately, that's what it is.
That's it. Because again, if a team can put up, these are just some of the number of points that they put up. 54, 52, 45, 45, 44. These are just some. You
averaging 40-something points a game.
And ready to hear the funny part about it? If any other team was doing this, they'd be screaming for them to be up there. They'd be screaming. Even though Auburn just took that nasty L, if they were putting up numbers like this,
facts,
people would say, "Oh, nah, you can let them get away with one loss."
And mind you, this past week, UTSA was down. They was down like 28-14 or 28-7. They were down and came back and won that game.
Yes, and like that's kind of like my thing. Like You know what I mean? Like when you say strength of schedule, that just tells me you just watch highlights. That's all it really comes down to, because strength of schedule should not matter until you're facing teams that are your ranking.
That's what coach say, Sanders. Sanders, that's what coach say. That's the same thing what coach say. Come in, looks at the schedule, all of that.
That's what they basically go by. That's what they obviously go by to decide.
Right. It's just stupid. That's really all it comes down to. It's ridiculous, because now what we're doing, we're punishing player. And like I say this all the time, if you're supposed to play and you're supposed to win, why are we going to punish you? Because if you lose, we're slaughtering you. So we need to be able to give you some type of credit. So if a team who has 10 wins versus ranked opponent has 1 loss, but a different team is ranked undefeated has nobody, you tell me yes. And if you're saying no, you don't know what you're talking about.
So if a team has 10 wins versus a ranked opponent in 1 loss, but a different team is undefeated with no ranked wins, you telling me that the team that's undefeated should be ranked higher? Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Come on. Like, it make absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Make absolutely no sense. You want to know why? You want to know why? In every other sport, record is your ranking. Your record is your ranking. If you go to any sport, your seeding is outside of soccer, because soccer has this weird thing where sometimes some of their brackets are basically built upon goals and not wins, where you can lose a win, but if you're averaging a high number of goals, you can still be first. So soccer's they're in their own world, right? But outside of that, record determines your rank.
Absolutely.
Again, that's not difficult. And to pretend like, oh yeah, well, schedule, you don't know what you're talking about. Again.
Either way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bishop,
that's why so many people disagree with the committee.
Exactly.
Because they think like you. They think like you.
Say one more time.
They think like you.
Hold on.
That's why so many people disagree with the college football committee, because they think like you.
You said who disagrees?
Everybody. That's why everybody disagrees, because they think like him.
Come on, son.
They think like him.
Listen, man. I'm telling you this shit.
Go back to BYU. They was ranked. They haven't played nobody. They were ranked. The only team that they did play was Coastal Carolina. They didn't play. They still was ranked. But like I said again, you can only play who on your schedule. You can't fix that. I mean, you can only play what's on your schedule. You can't fix nothing. I mean, if you're beating these teams 45-0 or 54-0, hey, Boise State been in the same amount division for a long time. And they still got ranked.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Yo, Spotlight, I just told you, but next time last night, don't tell me the rankings dropped, bro. Yo, I was doing the show. He dropped it. I almost caught an aneurysm line. I didn't want to get it. I had to mentally prepare myself. And this dude was like, hey, yo, top 7 still the same. And I was just like, okay, that's kind of good, because I said this jokingly, but I'll be honest with you. The more I said it, the more I believed it. I feel like even though Oklahoma lost, I was saying this with Bishop, they'll probably get moved up with how wild these rankings have been going. Spotlight. Clearly, you saw the rankings.
Yeah.
Let me ask, is there anything you agree with? Well, I know there's a lot of stuff you disagree with. But is there anything that you agree with?
As of right now, we just have to see what's going to happen with Cincinnati when they play SMU and when they play Houston. So with them being at number 5 and knowing that they 10-0, they're going to have to win out if they want to be in this playoff. Now, when it comes to the top 4, of course it's going to stay the same. Nothing really changed there. Ohio State proved why they should be up there. They beat a good Purdue team, so they proved why they're up there. Oregon, on the other hand, of course, they're going to stay stagnant at number 4, basically. That's what that is. I still don't agree with number 6 and 7. I don't understand how a team of Michigan State beat Michigan and still in front of them. But outside of that, I don't understand why they still disrespected UTSA. I understand they went from 23 to 22, which I think they should be closer to the top 10, like 15, 16.
No, they don't. They don't understand head-to-head tiebreakers.
They don't. Yeah, it just don't make any sense to me. to have UTSA undefeated and you got teams with 3 losses that's in the top 15. It doesn't make any sense.
Say that.
I mean, again, it's another prime example. You got Boise State and they've been in the Mount Conference for so long. They haven't played anybody, but they were ranked. But guess what? When they got in that big Fiesta Bowl game against Oklahoma, what did they do? They beat Oklahoma. They did. So I mean, some of these small schools, they can compete with some of these top-ranked schools. I mean, they just haven't had an opportunity. They just haven't had UCF. The same thing. It can happen now. It can be happening.
Sleeping on UCF. The UCF got a good squad.
Right now, UCF is like a Cincinnati where they are in a weaker conference, but I hate when they say weaker conference and weak schedule. But everybody in the college football country has a weak schedule. So if you want to look at it,
when you start off
Saturday, you start off good, and then you get upset with one of these teams. But UTSA, they only playing what's in front of them. So you really can't get mad at UTSA because you're playing what's in front of you. They're playing what's being scheduled. That's just like we say, just like we say in the NFL when NFL teams have weak schedules. These teams don't make the schedules. The leagues make the schedule. So we really can't be mad.
The spotlight. Strength of schedule.
I always say it doesn't matter. I always say when it comes to strength of schedule, you shouldn't go by that if you're in college football because every conference has a weak schedule.
Say that.
Period.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, I'm sitting here like, y'all disrespecting UTSA, but Auburn is up 28-3 and did lose 34-28. Like, what is going on here? Like, and they still higher than UTSA. And then you got a Texas A&M.
No, they're ranked.
That's good. They should be ranked. After that performance, they should not be ranked.
Auburn should not be ranked. They were up 23 in the third.
Auburn isn't ranked.
Yes, that's good. Me and Coach spotlighted. They should not be ranked after that performance.
Yeah, Auburn and Purdue are out, and in the 2 teams that took their place, it's Houston at 24 and Mississippi State at 25.
At 25. Yeah.
Which I personally don't like that. I don't like Mississippi getting there at 25. I would have left Auburn, but
I would have left Purdue over there. I would have left Purdue up there instead of Auburn.
If you want, I mean, really, yeah.
But that's not bad.
I mean, that's only because that was the only bad loss of the year, and that was against Ohio State.
The number 4 ranked team in the country. You shouldn't kill them for that.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, look, the thing is like, you know, like, and we all agree here, like, this is my rule for college football, right? If you're listening to someone talk college football and they bring up strength of schedule, red flag, don't talk to them. You don't, because if you bring up if that's what you do, that just tells me either one or two things: either one, you don't know what to talk about, or B, or two, you're just parroting what you hear.
Yep,
that's really it. Right. That's all it really comes down to. You're just parroting and repeating what you hear to try to pretend like you're smart. And again, my thing is, and I'm spotlight, you and I both agree on this: strength of schedule should not be even included unless the teams are tied. That's it. If the teams are tied.
But if that's the case, then if you look at the head-to-head, Michigan State is over Michigan right now. If you want to go to the head-to-head,
that's what I'm saying. They're both 9 and that's my thing. They're both 9-1, but the one loss from Michigan came
from Michigan State.
They're somehow ranked higher. And here's the wild part. I have yet to hear an explanation.
Yeah, you can't, and that's my thing. Can you explain? That's what I would like to talk. I would love to hear from the committee how you got Michigan over Michigan State. When they lost to Michigan.
And right here's the funny part. Y'all ever saw those old Tootsie Roll commercials when it's like that little boy, he's like, how many licks does it get to center of a Tootsie Pop? You remember 1, 2, 3. Remember hear what the narrator said at the end?
And see, another thing,
that's right now.
Another thing too, people starting to tend to sleep on these small schools a lot that are ranked. Like, I mean, UCF, y'all remember when they got snubbed out, and then people saying they weren't playing nobody. What they do in the Fiesta Bowl, they run through Baylor. I remember when Blake Bortles, they run through Baylor. They run right through Baylor.
Thank you, Bishop.
And then Boise State beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. But nobody said they ain't played nobody. But when they did play somebody, they beat them. They beat Oklahoma. They beat Oklahoma.
How is?
Can you read this out loud for me, Coach?
But the committee said Michigan was the more complete team. You can pull up the video. What does that have to do with the price of teams?
They lost the game.
They lost the Michigan State. They lost the Michigan State.
Bishop, Coach, and Greg. Remember what I said that some people just pair it with the hair?
Yeah, that's it right there. How can you?
Sense,
it doesn't matter if you're the more complete team when you lost the game.
Yes,
they lost the game. So
there's
what
no logical,
what logic? Thank you.
There's no logical reasoning at all. There's none at all.
Wow.
And that's
obviously they wasn't the more complete team when they played Michigan State.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm waiting for a logical
Michigan State was obviously the better team. The better team.
And Michigan was up 14 and blew the game.
Like, come on, son.
That makes sense.
And Bishop, I'll put it to you this way. Let's say the committee did say that. If the committee's saying that after they lost, we need to figure out who these people are. We need to start checking their credentials, and we need to start replacing these people. Because if this is really what they said after Michigan State beat Michigan, if this is really what y'all saying, we need to consider getting you guys out of there. Because now, if that's really, because listen, if that's the road they're opening up, you know what that tells me? Now, if you're opening Pandora's box, because a lot of people don't like Alabama at 2. So what, is that now your thing? Oh, they're just a complete team?
If that's what the committee say, I get it. I understand you're not saying that now. I understand. I thought you was just agreeing with the committee, so our fault for thinking that. But if that's what the committee say, I'm like Pryor said. If that's the case, if we're going off complete teams and we're gonna rank these teams by complete teams, this whole list is all wrong then.
100%.
Except for Georgia.
100%.
This whole list is all wrong except for Georgia.
100%.
If we're going off complete teams, if 100%. Committee is saying complete teams, this whole list is wrong except for Georgia. Because you can't put them. You can't put if the committee is using that term complete team, you can't put certain teams up in the top 5.
And here's my thing. Who cares if you're a complete team? I don't care.
Yeah, it's about who you beat.
It's not only that, it's how you play on the field. Listen,
right. The game.
I'm gonna put it this way. You could have the worst quarterback in the history of college football, right? If you're winning games, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, you don't deserve to be up there because of your strength, or oh, hold on, is he here? Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we don't, I'm not gonna put you up there because of your quarterback. Like, no, that's stupid.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna look. Are you winning? Yes. That's it. That's all that should be.
Hey, perfect example. Perfect example. Mac Jones from Alabama. Nobody who cared anything about Mac Jones about Alabama.
Bro, Mac Jones. I'll put it this way. Trevor Lawrence is way better than Mac Jones because Lawrence got longer hair. Did you know that?
You stupid. But I'm just saying, nobody cared about Mac Jones. Mac Jones wasn't even a household name. It was about the wide receivers from Alabama, basically. It was about the wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? All the wide receivers in Alabama, that's what made Alabama who they were. So it wasn't, so to your point, Pride, if it don't even have to be about the quarterback. As long as your team is doing well and winning games, you are relevant. You're relevant.
I guarantee you, Coastal Carolina can beat somebody in the top 4 right now. We already seen it. We already seen it.
I will give you. They could probably. I'll give them a chance against Bama.
I'm just saying, like, we thinking about because of the teams are undefeated with the smaller schools that are undefeated that people are overlooking now. Now, if you want to say Zach Wilson used to play,
but Coastal Carolina is too small. We can't respect them. They're too small of a school.
I mean, Boise State was small. They beat Oklahoma. They were small. They beat Oklahoma. Yeah. I know that was a joke. Boise State was small. They beat Oklahoma. UCF was small. They beat Baylor. 2 powerhouse school, Big 12. I mean, Coastal Carolina was small. They beat BYU last year. They gave BYU their first loss last year. So, I mean, the committee disrespect these small schools and saying, hey, you played Coastal Carolina. Hey, you ain't played nobody, but these small schools will sneak up on you in a minute and beat the powerhouse favorite and still don't get no respect. And still really don't get no respect like that.
And not only that, look, these are some of the points that Carolina is putting up. 49, 53, 52, 59. Like I understand if you want to say, oh yeah, they're playing weak teams. They're dominating. And it's like and Spotlight said it perfectly. If you're gonna complain about strength of schedule, everyone, technically speaking, really has a weak schedule because if you really think about it, and I said it before, not everyone is ranked.
Yep.
And if you think everyone is ranked, you're an idiot.
Come on, man. Come on, man. They need to stop. They need to stop the cap. You got Alabama matching up against a 1-18 Mercer State. Come on, man. You got them matching up against Tennessee, who coach spotlight team that said that ain't even good. Come on now.
And Ayo, when Bama wins, watch.
Yeah.
Yo, they should be number one. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yo, Bama could literally beat a high school team, and people will be saying, this is why they're better than Georgia. And it's like,
yeah.
Can we pump the brakes and relax a little bit? You feel me? Like, again, look, I'm just confused. But earlier, I'm not. My mommy always taught me if I have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So
my goodness.
I'm not gonna say nothing. But I will say this, since he needs some fucking respect, because I'm
in UTSA.
It's to the point. At this point, UTSA, bro. Like at this point, I need you to go drop a triple burger, bro. Like go to McDonald's, get a triple stacker meal, bro.
I feel like I don't know what more Cincinnati and UTSA can do to push them up the board, bro.
Nothing.
I don't know what more you can do,
nothing
bro.
At all.
Like that's, and I think that's the sad part, Greg and all of y'all. I feel like the fact that you can't do anything no more to catapult you up the rankings is sad. That's a sad part. It's almost worthless for you to be undefeated. So they go undefeated all season, and you get nothing to show for it.
Even if you don't win your conference championship, you still get put in the college football playoff. Like Ohio State did that year. They got put over TCU. They got put over TCU. They didn't even win their conference championship, and they put them over TCU.
Right.
Put them over TCU when TCU should have been in the college football playoff.
So you're basically telling these student athletes they don't have nothing to look forward to.
Yep.
Yeah.
When the coaches start off the season, I want y'all to be perfect. And then we in week 12, and y'all are perfect. But you're still like 24th, 22nd.
And listen. I'm saying this right now. We all know how much we love Georgia, right? We all agree Georgia deserves to be number one, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
They're playing unranked Charleston. I think it's Charleston. Charleston Southern.
Yep.
So again, are we gonna kill them for playing a 4-5 team?
Because the teams that they went up against that was ranked in they conference, they beat them.
Yeah,
they beat them. They beat Clemson. They beat Clemson in a defensive game. It doesn't matter. They beat them. Mm-hmm. When Clemson was a high rank. When Clemson was high rank. Mm-hmm. I mean, they dominated LSU. Everybody. They dominated everybody that was in their path.
Right.
Now let's say if Bama did beat Georgia in the SEC championship, just throwing some out there, right?
Right, hypothetically.
Yeah. Okay. Should Georgia be punished for that one loss? Because I've always said if Georgia did lose to Bama in the SEC championship game, they should still be a top 4 team.
Yeah,
not punish them for one
loss and against Alabama. A good Alabama.
Should they be punished? Like you were talking about, if Georgia loses.
Yeah, if
they should still be in the college football playoff, though.
Let's get clarity though. What do you mean by punish, Greg? What means
bounce out. He said if they lose, would they bounce them out? He thinking because if they lose to them, they'll bounce them out. And they won't be in it.
No, they should not.
And like say, okay, Bama will beat Georgia. That will move. Okay, say Oregon wins the Pac-12. Buckeyes wins
the Big Ten and beat
Cincinnati, then jumps in.
I want to see how that loss is.
Oh yeah, I mean, if Bama blows them out, then we have a different discussion. Yeah,
but it's bad to the point where we're kind of like, whoa,
right?
Maybe you have a chance, but
does that put Alabama at 1?
Maybe. If they beat them, you have to. If you beat them convincingly, you have to. You have to.
Our consistency's sake, it has to, because we're slaughtering the fact that Michigan is above Michigan State when Michigan State beat them. So for our consistency's sake, we would have to do that. We would almost have no choice.
But see, this is my thing. This is my thing. If Alabama was to beat Georgia, I get it. Y'all saying that they should. It possibly could put them at number one. However, if Cincinnati's still winning, why wouldn't Cincinnati jump to number one? Now they're still undefeated.
Wow, you know what? That's if you do
that's
that.
A good point.
That's a good, bro. I was just saying we gotta respect Cincy, and then here I am disrespecting Cincy.
Yeah, you see, you see. But Pride, I know why, because it's Alabama and it's who they playing against.
Yeah, they're gonna put Alabama 1 in that situation
automatically.
Yep. They're gonna put them especially if they stomp on them. They definitely gonna do that. If they stomp on them, they beat them badly.
But is that Cincy's fault though, Coach? Is that Cincy?
No, it's not Cincy. It's not. It's like, I mean, again, they should be in it.
You want to know why it's Cincy's fault? Because they're not Bama. That's why it's their fault.
Yep. They said Cincy can't beat Alabama or Georgia when it comes down to it.
I give them a shot against Bama.
That's what they're saying. That's why they say. That's why they are. They say they can't beat none of those top 4 teams right now. I think they can beat somebody. I think they can beat Oregon. I think they can beat Oregon. They can beat Oregon.
Oh yeah. The top 4. I think they could beat Ohio. I think they could beat Oregon. Alabama, it's close, but I think
it'll be a close game.
Yeah, it'll be close.
It'll be a close game. And I think Georgia's really the only team that.
Yeah, that's the only team I don't see them beating. That's the only team I don't see them actually beating flat out.
Right. Like I don't think so.
Yeah, but Alabama, Oregon, Ohio State, I think all of them will be good games, and I think they could beat Oregon. I definitely feel like they'll beat Oregon. I do.
And if Alabama, those two teams meet in a conference championship, Alabama up under a lot of pressure because if they lose, they get kicked out. They're out of there. But two losses, they done for it. And then that's gonna open up.
Think that, Coach?
No, yes, I think they're gonna be out in the conference championship this late in the season. Yes, if Georgia beat them, Alabama's going to be out for sure. No. That's going to put Cincinnati in. I think that will put Cincinnati open up though for Cincinnati and somebody else can get in.
Let me ask you a question. This is going to be the last one. Then we'll move on. So this week, the top 7 has remained the same, and I don't just mean in terms of the teams. I'm talking about the rankings as well. Like it has remained the exact same. My question to you guys. Do you think that next week it'll be the same top 7 in the same order? Or do you think that somebody is going to end up shifting up and down?
I think it's going to change. I believe it will change. It's not going to stay the same 2 weeks in a row. I believe something is going to have a change. You're going to see a change.
Greg, you think we'll see change? Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Since we coming up on another topic, I'm going to tell you why that would change. I'm gonna tell you why that would change. I'm gonna tell you why it would change too.
Here comes some Oklahoma hate. It's her bishop.
No, it's not gonna be Oklahoma hate. It's not gonna be Oklahoma hate. Trust me, it's not gonna be Oklahoma. I already got them last week. It's a
new week.
It's a new week. I gotta get somebody. Got at least get a couple of them.
Yeah, I feel you. So it'll be very, very interesting. I do want to see what will happen. But moving on to, we're gonna keep it in college. College basketball. USC yesterday. UFC ranked 25th. USC played FGCU. They won 78-61. Ranked 5th. Villanova beat Howard. Kentucky beat St. Mary's. Purdue over Wright State. Duke over Gardner-Webb. Alabama beat South Alabama. Houston over Virginia. Memphis over St. Louis. UNC over Charleston. Seton Hall over Michigan. And BYU beat Oregon. Was there any really upsets that you guys saw here?
Yeah, BYU beat Oregon.
Yeah, BYU
beat Oregon. They beat them terrible. They beat them badly.
BYU beat the brakes off them. Beat the brakes off them.
Bro, and the thing is, they dominated them the whole game.
Yep.
And then in the second half, if BYU did outscore them, it was kind of close, 44-31. But it was that first half kind of really screwed them pretty.
Oh, and you did have another upset.
49 points in a whole game, bro.
In a whole game. And the whole and bro, it really came down to that first half. That first half, It was a mixture of of BYU playing some good defense, but Oregon could not buy a bucket. Buy a bucket either. There were a couple of wide open looks where homeboy was like, they were just like, okay, take my time, shot the ball. Oh no, I'm Russell Westbrook. Like that's how bad it was, fam. Like I had to throw that joke out there.
I mean,
but then another one was Seton Hall upset.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
And honestly, that one.
But Seton Hall is a sleeper. People sleep on Seton Hall. They a sleeper.
I'm telling you, I call them Seton Hall. I don't know why, but Seton Hall, they a sleeper, and they've been a sleeper for the past few years. Where like
they have,
like you know what I mean? Like
they've been some bracket busters. They've been bracket busters. They've been bracket busters for a few seasons.
It's to the point where like people hate them because they're bracket. Like people hate them for that reason. That's why some people will never. They don't really care about it, but they will never ever give them proper respect because they out here they like Thanos. They're like, bro, your bracket, boom, get out of here.
Yeah, that's how bad they're just killing brackets. Brackets.
They've been. It's been wild, bro.
Yeah, they're killing brackets. The bracket busters.
The Alabama and South Alabama. That's not really an upset, but I'm surprised it was close, 73-68.
Yeah.
I thought. Obviously, I had Bama. I thought Bama was gonna, have it. I thought they kind of were gonna, do their thing. A little. I thought they're gonna be a little more, dominating. But you can come out. But nah, bro. I mean, definitely, BYU over Oregon was an eye-opener for me because now here's the question. That game, and more specifically that first half, is this kind of proof? I mean, forget Oregon. Is BYU now making a case that, hey, yo, respect us? Like, we deserve, to be, a household name or a name that y'all got to watch out for? Or was it just kind of a lucky game for them?
I mean, anytime you beat a team convincingly like that, 81-49, that you got to put some respect on that team. And in that conference level, in their house, they go to their house and beat them down.
Yes. They did this in Oregon. They were like, hey, yo, lick me. You feel me? But that was good. But for today, LIU is going to be playing against 23rd ranked Connecticut. George Mason plays 20th ranked Maryland. Central AR plays Baylor. Northern Iowa against Arkansas. Northern Colorado against Texas. And Northern Florida versus number 2 ranked UCLA. Do y'all see any sleepers here, or do you think every ranked team gonna handle their business?
I think they're gonna. I think every ranked team gonna handle their business. Tonight's games ain't. There's not gonna be an upset.
You don't think so?
Hold on. I'll tell you this. If it is, it's this one game right here. George Mason versus Maryland.
Yeah.
George Mason versus Maryland possibly could be an upset because George Mason is another team.
Yeah, I put them in the same place with Seton Hall. I put them in the same thing.
They're bracket busters. They're bracket busters.
And I think I got one too. I got one as well. I got Northern Iowa over Arkansas.
Ain't a bad one either.
Wow. Northern Iowa is a possibility. Yep. I got Northern Iowa over Arkansas.
That ain't a bad one either. That ain't a bad one either.
If I gotta pick one, if I have to, I mean, I don't want to piggyback off Bishop because that was the one I was gonna say because them. But you know what? I want to reach. I want to be that guy. I got Northern Florida over UCLA.
Oh.
That's a reach.
Number 2. Hold on. Number 2 is you.
It's a reach. It's a reach.
That's
a very big reach. Very big.
Yeah, UCLA is 3-0, right?
Yeah.
My North Florida Ospreys, they offer. They're offer right now. They offer right now.
Well, you reached in the
job. Got nothing to lose.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna reach it. I'm gonna take out my favorite cookie. I'm gonna be munching while me and my North Floridians, we gonna be excited and celebrating. But if I gotta pick one,
that's who you going with.
Like that one. That's what I'm rolling with. And the only reason I'm rolling with that, Bishop, it's your fault. So if I'm wrong, I'm yelling at you. You stole mine. So I had to reach.
Hey! I dare you to pick against Oklahoma again against Oklahoma State. I dare you to do that. But I ain't doing it. I'm not picking against Oklahoma this week. I'm not doing it. I'm going into a different path on Friday.
Don't do that.
I'm going to somewhere different. I believe I told y'all what I was going with.
No, I don't think I was there.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna go and say this so y'all would expect me to say this Friday.
Like you did for the
okay. I'm gonna go with the upset of the week. I'm gonna go with a couple. The upset of the week will be Utah beating Oregon. Utah beating Oregon in Utah this week. That will be the upset of the weekend. College football.
The Utes.
Wow.
The Utes over Oregon. Watch.
That's not a bad pick though.
Yeah,
24 ranked Utah versus number 4 ranked Oregon.
That's not a bad pick.
That's my upset pick of the week.
That's not a bad pick though. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even upset at that one. That's not a bad pick at all.
So the final topic, we heading into the north. I was about to say northern. That's how much this Florida game.
You really on this northern thing? You really on this northern thing, bro?
National football. $1 million question. We've seen a lot of wild stuff happen this season. This has been by far one of the most unpredictable NFL seasons I can, in recent memory. But now here's the $1 million question: Is there any coaches that are legitimately on the hot seat, or by the end of the year potentially can be on the hot seat? I'm gonna start with
what I said. This is what I had said earlier. In the week in regards to, I think I even said it on Sunday, this past Sunday. I feel like if the Steelers go under 500, I feel like the Steelers coach will be on the hot seat. Mike Tomlin will be on the hot seat. I really feel like he would be on the hot seat this year. And of course, him being on the hot seat, and I definitely feel like what's the name from the Jaguars?
Urban Meyer
is definitely gonna be on.
My guy was doing his stuff. You know what I mean? He was doing his thing. He was like, "Yo, come here, girl." Ever since then, my dude been in the blazing seat.
Look at this.
Ooh, he said Pete Carroll in Seattle. Okay.
That Bishop,
that's tough.
Don't encourage.
No, and the only reason why I did that right, is because we all know what happened in the offseason. Because Russell Wilson wanted out. So that's why Pete Carroll is not.
Pete Carroll's not the GM. See, here's the crazy part. Everyone swears Pete Carroll does the same thing Bill Belichick does. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Like, I don't understand where all of a sudden everyone was like, he should have been fired. Let's just call it. Mike Zimmer should have been fired.
Yeah.
Him and Matt Nagy should have been fired.
Yeah, you stole my candidate. You said my candidate. That's who was going. That was my target.
These two dudes still got jobs. Bishop, Coach, Greg. I got hope. I got opportunity, man. I got opportunity, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. I'm about to go on Madden. I'm about to take that playbook. That's gonna be my coach. Y'all ever heard of the play Dagger? Like, what y'all talking about? Dagger, and then you're just gonna see like Madden 22 with Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady side by side.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my play call sheet.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. Since you asked that question, Pride, and this goes to be Pride, Greg, and Coach. Should golly, I just lost his name.
Nagy?
No.
Pete Carroll?
Good Lord, for Kansas City, should he be on the hot seat?
Andy Reid?
No.
He's good. I think he's good.
Listen, at this point, the Chiefs don't care. They're kind of the same thing as the Lakers, right? Get us in the playoffs so we chilling. I think that's kind of where they are right now. Defensively, they are a mess. They gonna have to. I said this, I think they're kind of heading on the right path. We won't truly know that until they play Dallas. That's kind of when we'll find out whether or not they just strung 2 games together, or if this defense is starting to finally click. Because remember, they don't need to be a top 10 defense. They just need to be an opportunistic defense. They just need to make a couple key stops here and there. But I don't think Sean McVay.
Hell no. I don't think he should be fired.
If they don't work out with Odell, maybe.
If they do not make the Super Bowl, he's on the hot seat.
Super Bowl? You got it? You Super Bowl?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Because we just talked about this probably with Matthew Stafford. You feel like if they don't make the Super Bowl, he should be on the hot seat.
You want to know why?
I agree with Pride on that. I agree with Pride on that. I agree with Pride on that.
I'm explaining why. I'm explaining you. They made the Super Bowl with Jared Goff.
Yes, I said the same thing yesterday. I believe
they then blamed Jared Goff.
For
the loss and said we can keep the team as a whole. All we need to do is change one position,
and that's the quarterback position.
One player.
Mm-hmm. But one season with Matthew, you feel like he should be able to put on the hot seat? One season with Matthew Stafford?
If you go all out, you go all out. You saying that's the problem. You saying Jared Goff was the problem of the team.
That's my take.
Now you switching with a better quarterback and Matthew Stafford with all these weapons you got, even though you don't got Robert Woods, but you still got weapons.
So basically, Coach, you putting it in like, and so basically what y'all saying is if Tom Brady can do it, Matthew Stafford can do it.
No, I'm not saying that. We're not saying that.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not comparing it to, but
I'm
saying
this one, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. No.
What I'm saying is, we know Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay his first season and made it to the Super Bowl and won. So y'all feel like because of the fact that they're saying that oh boy was the problem and they went and got Matthew, it should be the same outcome as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. Because that's what y'all saying. That's what it sounds like.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Because listen, they got Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, not senior because he's got a father. This is the son, junior.
They got him in free agency. He walked in free agency.
Yes, they got him in free agency.
They didn't trade to get him.
They said this guy is the problem.
Yep.
Jared Goff is the reason we were not able to win the Super Bowl. We need to get him out of here. And then they replaced him with Matthew Stafford, who I think we all agree here is a better quarterback than Jared Goff.
10 times, 20 times better.
You just have one position you need to upgrade. You successfully upgrade it to a dare I say premium commodity.
Yep, better quarterback.
And you don't make it. Who else? You can't blame that quarterback. So I mean, maybe I'm not saying he's gonna get fired.
Yep.
But I think if they don't,
it just should be considered.
Have to, because he's kind of been blaming everybody else, and it's like
pointing fingers.
Yeah, at some point, Sean, kind of the same thing with Kyle Shanahan over in the 49ers. If you're pointing the finger at everybody else, eventually you're gonna run out of hands, bro. You're gonna run out of fingers eventually. And once you start pointing with your toes, people gonna look at you funny because that means you gotta be sitting and pointing. And once you're doing like that, like you're doing a crane dance, like you're in a karate movie, you immediately become you become something to look at.
Right.
So for me, that's how I look at Sean McVay.
Okay, that's fair.
And also, if the Rams get in the playoffs and they get bounced, if they get bounced out in that first round, people gonna start looking at Matthew Stafford too.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna start looking at Matthew Stafford sideways.
We already
real sideways.
Yep.
Because he will be 0-4 at that point.
Yep.
They're gonna be looking at Matt Stafford sideways if they don't make a deep run.
Yep. He trying to say Ryan Flores from the Dolphins. Yep.
Ryan Flores.
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Yes.
Possible.
The only reason I'm saying he's on the hot seat, he's a defensive-minded coach from the Bill Belichick tree, and defense was his calling card. And defensively this year, come on now. Outside of that Ravens game, they couldn't have stopped me after my car accident, and I had a broken back. I could barely walk. Only reason I was walking was off pure adrenaline.
He was in one of my. He was in one. He was one I had named. Flores, Matt Nagy, Mike Zimmer. I think Mike Zimmer time is up as well. And Steve Sarkisian. Even though that's college, he should be get his ass fired. Steve Sarkisian should be fucking fired. And I'm gonna keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep campaigning for his firing because they stink. Texas is stink right now.
You know he had to get that in.
Yes, I had to get that in. I've been getting that in all week. I'm gonna count each and every day. I wake up and I'm on anybody's football show, whether if it's ASAP, our Spotlight Sports Network. I'm a campaign for Steve Sarkisian to get his ass up out of Austin, Texas. He deserved to be fired before that goddamn performance.
Coach,
after that performance, and the whole fans should get their damn money back for that performance that Texas put up against.
You talked about your Texas team. What about Sirianni?
Nick Sirianni? Nah, I'll fire Jonathan Gannon ass before I fire Sirianni. I would, because Nick Sirianni's starting to adjust. Nick Sirianni's starting to adjust. Jonathan Gannon has not adjusted yet at no point of time. He has not made no adjustments. So I fire Jonathan Gannon before Sirianni.
Okay. Okay. I personally feel like Sirianni. I do understand what you're saying, Coach. He's trying to get better, but I feel like being that he's an offensive he's a quarterback coach and a wide receiver coach, I feel like he's gonna go back and get back toward his old ways and go.
If he do that, we gonna be on his ass, Bishop. We gonna be on his helmet. I feel like he's gonna trust me.
We gonna be on his go back to his old ways. I really do. Let me ask you a question. What about Vic
Fangio
from the Broncos?
Big Fangio?
Because I don't have him on the hot seat. No, I think his seat is starting to heat up a little bit. I mean, like maybe
it's lukewarm. It's lukewarm.
It's a little warm. It depends on how the rest of the season go. If they don't make the playoffs, I would consider putting him on the hot seat. I think Urban Meyer might quit the Jaguars. I think he may. I think he's ready to go back to. I think he's ready to go back to college. I think he's ready to go back to college. I think he is. I just think he's a better college coach than an NFL coach. That's all I'm saying. I just think he's better at college.
Bro, he got a college mind and like a
yes.
I'm saying.
The way my guy be like out there, the bars hitting him. Let me stop. I'm getting messy. I'm getting messy. But
hey, real quick, one last question before I know we are pretty much out of time. But one last question, and this is this is to all of y'all, but I'm gonna direct this right to Pride first. Do you feel Bill Belichick is happy in kind of safe at where he is right now with his quarterback and being that Tom Brady is gone? Is he in more of a comfort zone now that he's seeing what his quarterback is doing in Matt Jones, and he can move on now knowing that Tom Brady is no longer his quarterback?
Yes, I think you can say that because when we had Cam, right? Cam wasn't gonna be that guy. Let's just call it what it was. Cam was kind of. He was like if our ship was leaking, right? We kind of put. Matter of fact, y'all ever seen those cartoons where it's like they're somewhere, whether they're in outer space and they got a dome and the glass breaks and then everything's going out and then it's always that big thing that plugs the hole up and then just stops it. Just enough where you can. Right now, we don't gotta pay attention to it now, but we eventually gotta fix it. That was Cam. Cam kind of he was just waiting. He was a Band-Aid.
He was a Band-Aid.
He was a Band-Aid when in all actuality we needed the surgery. We were getting blood under the Band-Aid, bro. We had to keep replacing it and whatnot. Then he was gone. So there was a while we had no Band-Aid. It got infected. We had to go back. We had to get another surgery. And when we went back and got another surgery, I was scared. We were on life support. We almost died. My knight in shining armor just came. And he had the mask on and everything. And just the white light from behind, I just heard and then he took it off. And I just saw this unathletic, almost fat kid smoking a cigar. And when I listen, y'all saw that picture when it was him, Jalen Hurts, and Tua, and they were kind of just like with all the cigars. When I saw him shirtless, I was like, I low-key want that guy. Low-key, because he reminds me of a quarterback that Bill Belichick would thrive in. A guy who's not athletic, who would fit perfectly in our offense. He got that in Mac Jones. Now, obviously, Mac Jones, he still needs to improve.
Developing,
yeah, we still need to develop. So don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna sit here and
of course,
you know what I mean?
Right.
But now that Mac Jones is starting to become more comfortable, and what's nice about him, he already has a lot of the intangibles that Bill Belichick looks for in a quarterback. This kid can read the defense. He can call the mic out. He can sometimes shift the line to protect them. Mark Tom Brady.
Ooh.
See, here's the thing. As a New England Patriots fan, I low-key got to agree. Because then only because, listen, bro, when I was honest about my Celtics, Freddie said that I'm not a fan. So I low-key, I will say this, though, when it comes to, he is the future. Mac Jones definitely is the future. He's got a lot of intangibles you can't, teach. When's the last time we see a rookie quarterback? I think it was Kendrick Bourne. He hit him with a beautiful dot. Like a dot that not a lot of rookies, not only A, could do, but B, could wait for the play to develop to find that hole and then deliver the ball in a place where either A, Kendrick Bourne's going to get it, or B, no one's going to get it. Like, he put himself in a position where it was like, it's not going to be, we saw something in him while he had his shirt off. I said what I said and I meant it. I said what I said and I meant it. Pause. You feel me? I don't roll that way only because, you know what I mean? You feel me? I feel like I'm allowed to say this stuff because I got a fiance and 2 kids. You feel me? So I feel like I get away with some of that stuff occasionally here and there. You know what I mean? But, Mac Jones has been succeeding. He has been. He's been doing his thing. I like him. I think Bill Belichick is now comfortable to the point where now instead of just be like constantly have to look for that QB and at the same time be like, Cam, hold it down. He's gone now. Cam is gone. Now we have Mac Jones. And now Bill Belichick can just say, you know what? I like you. I think you are and let's be honest, when it came to quarterbacks, Bill Belichick really hasn't hit like that. Don't forget about Jarrett Stidham. He was calling him Stiddy. That was his Stidster. That was the backup. Supposedly, that was supposed to be the dude that, was after we traded Jimmy G and Tom Brady left, he was supposed to be the guy. Then all of a sudden, Bill Belichick was like, yeah, I changed my mind. So now that he got Mac Jones, I like that. And it's true. Tom and Jones do have the same a style of play. You know what I mean? Yeah. They do have that same style, which is why Bill Belichick is very comfortable with him because he can kind of just be like, bro, I'm just telling you what I told Tom, but in a little bit more detail. Because most of the time, Tom already saw it coming, and we would have these conversations afterwards. I just got to tell you why it's happening. You know what I mean? But other than that,
it's eerie similar, bro. That Tom and Mac Jones is.
It is. So in terms of Bill Belichick, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be happy. He's like, I can breathe. I can relax. Let's develop this kid. Let's make sure he's good, and then we go from there. You know what I mean? I feel like we won't really see Mac Jones' true potential until we get like an OBJ or something like that or whatever.
And for me, I feel like when it comes to Mac Jones and Bill Belichick, I feel like now, as we see Mac Jones evolving, I feel like Bill Belichick is taking that sigh of relief and exhaling, like,
because he got that guy.
Yeah,
now there's no more looking. There's nothing.
Yeah. I can focus on him.
Now let's develop you.
Yeah, like, I can focus on him. Focus on him. Put all my focus on him. I ain't got to look no more. There's no more Band-Aids needed. Let's just focus on him. And that's why I feel. What about you, Greg?
Yeah, I agree. Belichick found his man. I always said when Brady and Belichick separated that Belichick was going to get the last laugh in this deal. Now, Brady, he won his ring. But I feel like Belichick will get the last laugh when it's all said and done from this. Of course, he's going to have to deal with, the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes for the next
few
10 years.
Yeah.
So, that'll be a rivalry there soon. But, Bill, we all know now this proves that Bill Belichick can coach and win games without Tom Brady. It was not Tom Brady that was doing everything.
Yes.
Like some people were trying to say, Tom Brady said it. It's like, no.
But at the same time, has Tom Brady also proven his point over in Tampa Bay?
He did.
But this is my thing. Since they both proved their point, here's what I'm saying. And listen, Bishop, you get mad when I say this. I love Tom Brady. That is my guy. I adore him. But I've always said this. It's always been 50-50. Tom took care of the offense. Bill took care of the defense. It was Tom, when it came offensively, Tom Brady was just going out there. He handled what he handled. And then defensively, while Tom was sitting down, whether it be he was looking at, trying to figure out if he messed up, he was trying to rile guys up, whatever the case may be, when it was defensively, Bill Belichick held it down. And I've always said that. If you want to say it's, 55-45 to Tom, because a lot of people think that the offense is more important, I strongly disagree with that. Because at the end of the day, that defense has helped him. It has helped him. enough where people give them credit for it. So I say it's 50-50. And Tom had success, obviously Tom, when he left, he broke my heart, but I understood. We wasn't giving him the weapons. We wasn't giving him what he needed. So he had to go. So I wasn't mad about it. He won a Super Bowl. I love you, I love you, Tom. You feel me? Come back one day. You know what I mean? Throw one more TD. So that
do you
way,
think he'll come back? Do you think he'll come back? This is the last question because I know we got to close, and I don't know if Coach Dante.
I'm gonna go last on this one.
Okay. Do you feel like Tom Brady will come sign a one-day contract and retire with the New England Patriots when the time does come?
Someday, I think he will probably consider it, but right now I don't see it. But again, this defense had helped the New England Patriots out a lot, man. When you think about great defensive players, Ty Law really was a big piece that they had years ago when they won their first Super Bowl against the greatest show on turf, the Rams. Ty Law, even Troy Brown played some played some cornerback as well. He pretty much did a little bit of everything. You think of Rodney Harrison, Teddy Bruschi. You think of that guy who put it all on the line for him. And then, like I say again, you have some capable defenders. And then Willie McGinnis was a great player as well, where people gave him credit for. And I mean, this defense did help out a little bit. Like I say, Tom Brady, they did their part. They did what they supposed to do. So they was right. It was 50-50. If you want to, I mean, Tom Brady did his job. He went out, won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, proved that he didn't need Belichick, but Belichick will also prove that he don't. It was both ways. He don't need Tom Brady, and he's been successful right now with Matt Jones. Matt Jones, not going to say he's going to be the best quarterback out of all the rookie class down the line, but he's the best this year. He's the best rookie quarterback this year down right now with the 69 completion percentage. He's better than Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. I don't know about him now. He's getting exposed a little bit in the New York Jets, but they also don't got the coaching staff or the organization to help them out either. Now that's going to be the new Cleveland Browns with quarterbacks go to fall at all of a sudden. You got Justin Fields who's getting better right about now, and Trevor Lawrence who looks a mess in Jacksonville right now. You got Marvin Jones, you got Chenault, you got some capable weapons that you can do it with. You just haven't put it together. So right now, Matt Jones is in a fight for winning offensive and rookie of the year. So I think Bill Belichick is doing a great job, and Robert Kraft, they don't get enough credit. They kind of remind me of the San Antonio Spurs, how great they develop players. They develop players really, really good, man. Even though Bill Belichick give up on a lot of people, he develops players. J.C. Jackson, he developed him very good. He's a top corner in the league right now. Again, I gotta just give him credit, man. Sony Michel, his rookie year, he won a Super Bowl. Yep. Hey, you got to give him credit. They kind of remind me of San Antonio Spurs. They're very underrated how much they develop players, and I got to give Bill Belichick that.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. What you think?
Agreed. Yeah. Brady, when it's all said and done, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. He'll, be a Patriot when he gets in the Hall, and all that. Agree with Coach. The Patriots are the Spurs of the NFL. Robert Kraft, Bill, he lets Bill, buy the groceries and do all that, and doesn't really, get in his way. So it's a formula that's worked for them for the past, 20 years, and it's continuing to work. So, yep.
I totally agree, man. I know all of y'all saying that, Bill Belichick has proven himself that it wasn't Tom, it was him. However, he has to win a championship without Tom to truly prove that, it was, I feel like that it was completely 50-50. No, not saying that it's not, but until he wins
another Super Bowl. Sorry to cut you out, Bishop. Damien, stop it. Don't compare no damn Portland Trailblazers. Stop it. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. The Blazers haven't won in the goddamn thing. The Blazers haven't. I know he is. The Blazers haven't won a goddamn thing.
Yo, Cody, he's dead.
He's just trolling, dead. Bro. He's trolling. But yeah, I feel like Bill Belichick definitely has to win the Super Bowl first with whoever quarterback. If it, hopefully it will be Matt Jones. But I feel like that's gonna solidify the fact that it wasn't just Tom, it was Tom and Bill.
Yeah, no, that actually is a point. Like I said, I mean, I'm a New England Patriots fan, so I give them both credit. But to everyone else's eye, I do understand your point, because not only did Tom go and win one, if Bill Belichick can win it, and on top of that, you can go as far as saying he needs to win it with Mac Jones, because this has been built up and hyped up as Tom Brady's predecessor. Mm-hmm. This is the guy who's going to take the torch and lead the Patriots into the next, the next era or whatever. So, I do see what you're saying. I do think Tom Brady's going to come back and retire. Like you said, what a lot of NFL players do, they sign a 1 year, a 1 day deal. Yeah, 1 day deal. That same day they'll probably retire his jersey. I love the guy. God bless him. In terms of coming back to play for us, he never will. Because I'm gonna tell you,
no, I don't see that. No.
After he won last year when he won the Super Bowl, we saw Tequila Tom. We saw a whole new Tom Brady. Tom Brady was so drunk. I think it was Rob Gronkowski who had to help him walk.
Right.
So down. We've never seen Tom Brady.
He was toe down.
We've never seen toe. Listen, bro. It's worse than that, bro. If you need a dude to straight up a guy as big as Gronk, because rumor has it that Scotty Miller in the back was trying to help him and he couldn't do it. That's the rumor going around that he tried to and he just wasn't strong enough, so they had to get robbed. That's the rumor. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. But Tom Brady, we're seeing a whole new Tom Brady who just loves life. Look, man,
fun. A more fun Tom Brady.
Like to quote Kawhi Leonard, I'm a fun guy.
Put this on. Oh, matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. Put this on the topic for tomorrow, Pride. Tom Brady's book. I'm not book. Not book. Not book.
That's special.
The special he did. He did a special like Michael Jordan. Yeah.
I think it's a Hulu.
Yeah. Put that on the topic. Hopefully somebody didn't see it because I think it came out yesterday. The 16th.
I'm gonna watch it today.
16th. It came out 16th.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna watch that today.
I might watch it too just to check it out.
But yeah, at this point, I think Tom is gonna retire in a couple of years, and when he does, he'll come to New England. So I don't have a 1 day contract. They'll retire his jersey, make a whole thing about it, and I'm just gonna at that point just have him put up. It's Tom Brady, so put a whole thing, bro. Dress him up, gear him out, have him throw.
He's the GOAT, man. I feel like it should be special if he does that. I do feel like he'll come back to New England for one day to get that contract. I think it should be special. He's the GOAT, a special celebration. He's the best one to ever do it in NFL, bro.
Yeah, and again, even if you disagree, he is at worst.
You can't disagree with that.
But there's some people who will.
You can't.
He is at worst the best player or the best quarterback that the New England Patriots ever had.
He's the best
quarterback. Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Can y'all honestly say he's not the best quarterback to ever?
Oh no! I've been saying this for a while. That the great quarterback to ever grace God's to ever lace up a pair of ever put a helmet on is, and I'm gonna say it one last time before I close this out. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. He got a father now. We're not talking about senior. We're talking about that man junior. You feel me? But again, that's the I'm gonna let that one go because that's my quarterback. I even gonna hold you. I was low-key sad when he left, but I understand it. But it is what it is. But that's been an episode of ASAP in the Morning. Clearly, it's your boy Pride, Bishop, Greg, Coach. Shout out to Spotlight and Trey for swinging by, and you too, Fredward. You piss us off, but we'll give you some type of thanks or whatever. Dante, or Coach, you got any final words?
Man, it's been an honor, man, to come up here with you guys. Do this every single morning. Mm-hmm. The vibes always been great, and I'm loving every bit of it. Can't wait to come on your show again Tuesdays and Saturdays, man, to chop some more NBA up or whatever the discussion is, man. So it's been an honor, man, to talk to you guys and talk some sports. It'd be fun and nothing but great vibes, man. I'm enjoying every single bit of it. Can't wait till in the morning.
Yes, sir. Yo, Greg, floor is yours.
Oh man, I've always have a good time, man. This is my second time on, man. I enjoy talking sports with y'all, man, and the homies.
Yes, sir.
Chopping it up with the homies, yeah. Yes, so man, I love it, man, and yeah, I'll definitely be back on tomorrow, man. We're gonna chop it up some more, yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Bishop. You had a tough, it's been a tough week so far. You know what I mean? Saving grace was the Eagles won. You know, because we bother you. By the way, real quick, Dante, this is for you. Don't say nothing.
Don't.
I just want to hear that one time.
Hey, that boy David going at me ever since the Astros beat the hell out the White Sox. That's why he get upset. Ever since he beat the hell out the White Sox. And them Chicago Bears goddamn struggling. He been going at me. Yeah, you trying to get me off, Damien. But you need to go. I don't know what you smoking. I don't know what you smoking.
But so Bishop, floor is yours. You've had a tough week. But I'll give you a little bit of credit. Eagles won, so please, floor is yours. Any final thoughts?
It was a tough week, man. But I gotta say, man, I enjoy being on here with you guys, man. Pride, Coach, Trey, Greg. Even when Freddie come on here with his nonsense, man, it's always a great week, man. We've been doing this thing for over a week now, and it's been fun. It's been lovely, man. Love to come on here and talk with you guys, sports, whether it's basketball, football, boxing, whatever we talk about, man. We have a great conversation, and we chop it up, man, and it makes for a better day. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, for being on here with me. It makes for a great time.
Yeah, 100%. It's always fun. It's always a pleasure, you know what I mean? I be waking up and, I put my son to bed immediately, right? I be putting him to, because listen, bro, I could barely do one. You feel me? Like y'all been seeing her, she Debo my hat. You feel me? And it was my favorite hat. I love it too. I love that hat, guys. It's like a National Explorer hat. She took it from me, but as always, it's been fun, bro. You know what I mean? Definitely, we got something here. You know what I mean? Just like the vibes and like the fun we be having, all that stuff. It's definitely something. So. Definitely will be here tomorrow. Just 3 things really I gotta say left. Chiefs sucks. Fuck Oklahoma. Portland Trailblazers. They won in a fucking chip.
They are who we said they were.
They a joke of a franchise. Steve Sarkisian needs to be fired out of Texas. Get this man up out of here and give the fans that money back for that down performance.
Yes.
I listen, I don't blame you for feeling like that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, free Portland, bro. It's been Pride on behalf of Bishop, Greg, and that boy, Coach Dante. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe.
Roll!
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a place. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.